your streams a bit.
Mm-hmm.
A bit. I'm like sending you little notes. Yesterday's stream, today's stream, I watched. I heard you say that, and to a degree, I recognize what you're saying but it's really helpful that you speak a lot during your play to expose your uncertainty about things. Don't know what I should make next. Don't know what I'm supposed to make next, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the goal eventually is that you no longer rely on what Lynn is doing, what Focus is doing, maybe what I've told you or what I'm doing, Hitman, but that you know, of course, what's going to be coming next, which will come with experience. But as you said, WarCraft 3, 4 different matchups, lots of niche situations.
Yeah.
One such niche situation is when you met that troll, the analysis, and he went Blood Mage tier 3 single base.
Yeah.
I saw you went for a Witch Doctor. Where did you learn that?
You told me that a Witch Doctor is sometimes good. And there used to be a guy that made, I think, WarCraft 3 commentaries called Angry Korean Man.
Yeah, he's still around.
Okay, and he used to play Mortar Sorceress. And I think he used to open with Blood Mage as well, or Mountain King.
True.
That memory was in me. And the moment I saw the Mortar, and this guy, I think people told me he was a stream sniper, I knew that he was trying to humiliate me. And then he just ended up looking like a fool himself.
I mean, the guy he's just kind of like a troll, right? Like he's probably too low MMR to snipe me anymore, but I met him sometimes, and then like he always does something weird, right? But it's interesting challenges because the builds aren't real, but you're still forced to think. And this is exactly what you want to do. You want to get a Witch Doctor out. Because the build is so bad, all you need to know is which way it goes
comes
towards.
Yeah,
and then you can counter that, which you only partially did. You mostly had like a classical army. I can see you're a big fan of Berserkers by now.
Yeah, I love them.
So if someone goes for Sorcerers and Priests and they get Inner Fire and they're on one base and you're on 2 base forever, then you might as well get, Master Walker. And then if he has Mortar Knight, you could even choose not to have the Walkers in corporeal form. They could be ethereal, then they're practically invincible, but you've got plenty of Dispel. He doesn't have Brilliance, so he's going to run out of mana sooner. So Disenchant actually becomes a valid avenue for you to counter spellcasting. There's still a lot of countering we can do that I see that sometimes you have a knowledge cap that we can work on.
Yeah.
But overall, really cool to see you bring out that Witch Doctor in such a situation. And cool. Is his voice low? I think it's normal. I can turn him up a bit.
There was a couple of games in general where I felt like I wasn't sure whether the calls were correct, but there were certain things, or at least I thought about it, and I was like, I did something new. I felt a little bit freer over the past few days to kind of walk my own path,
Yeah. I saw you're more comfortable going to expand tier 3. Your micro is looking better. For those that don't know, your MMR last time at my coaching was 1642, and now you're over 1800?
1838 right now, yeah.
1838, very nice. And that's only been 6 days since last time?
Yeah, I think so.
It's pretty nice. But you're not sure that you fully earned it yet. And you see everyone around you getting worse, but you didn't feel like you got a lot better. But I can see from watching, I mean, this is good. It means that your mindset has reflected the new reality of your knowledge, but I can see you've gotten better, right? Last time I thought I went a little hard on you with coaching. You assured me it was okay, but you did improve quite a bit. And that's why, because you said it's okay, we're going to go even harder this time.
Yeah. I feel like I'm more ready for it now because I'm not struggling with any controls anymore. I feel like the first week and a half, a lot of my mental attention went to making sure that I'm using the control groups like I want to. I'm buying everything with hotkeys rather than clicking because, I changed some hotkeys around and it's a bit different. But now I felt like it's easier, I think, right now for me to implement new stuff.
You're also using spell cooldowns better in fight. Not good enough yet, but much better. You're more aware of when heal scrolls need to be cast. You're buying more heal scrolls. You're using them at better times. Fight micros better, though not good enough yet. But everything is better than last time, definitely. And I think I've seen you go back to base and look at your unit production buildings rather than building from muscle memory.
Yeah.
Did you know that Hitman doesn't control group his buildings at all?
Really?
Yeah, so he's like toe and toe with top players, 25, 2600 MMR, and he's of course a top player, but he could easily have 14, 1500 gold from one base after a fight for not producing for 2 minutes. So there's a lot of slack to be picked up by a young SC2 pro gamer coming into WarCraft 3 and actually bringing that SC2 level macro back into WC3.
Yeah, we'll try.
I'm just saying, 2K, 2.2K doesn't have to be the lowest MMR we are targeting for.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm down to try whatever. I've been thinking about the future already, but let's first enjoy the present.
Okay, so I wrote a couple of notes, and you have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Where shall we begin?
I think my questions are quite broad, as in, I just have a couple of situations in which I'm just not at all sure what I'm supposed to be doing or targeting, or undead expansions, for example. I feel like if I don't win the game outright, I feel like I just tend to lose. And it's the same versus human expansions. I can win games against people by, like, sometimes I'll have a game where I kill like 7 footmen and 8 peasants and every water elemental doesn't get denied. And then I'm up 7 levels, you know? And I feel great against the human expansion. But if it's more of a standard game, like how I often see them at higher level, I can, like, where they actually get their expo up and maybe they lose a footman, maybe they cancel a burrow. It feels like it's not even close after that. I just get blasted completely because I'm kind of lost as to what to do. And it's the same against undead. If I kill 4 ghouls while he's creeping and I get a surround on his hero, I'm feeling good. But if that's not the case, then I feel like I'm just getting completely owned every single time against any type of expansion build. And I even had this against Elf. So maybe my struggle is just with fast expansion builds and struggling to punish or to know where my advantages are in that point.
Sure. And is that AM first, MK first, CL first, DK first, everything?
CL first, AM first, MK first, sure. There's no difference for me.
There's no DK Fexpo?
I haven't played against it yet. It might be there, but I haven't seen it.
Okay. You had one interesting game against the Crypt Lord guy where I did not catch the beginning, but I saw you were at like level 433 or 432, and he was 4-2 with Crypt Lord Death Knight. You saw Double Temple, and you said, I don't know what this means.
Yeah, now I do, though.
Now you do.
Fast learner. It's going to be necro wagons.
I mean, it could be Banshees.
Okay.
Yeah.
I lost to it before already, but I think it was with a different setup, so I didn't recognize it.
What do you think is the theoretical army composition that you should have against Necro Wagon? CL Fexpo Necro Wagon.
I'd reckon I want some of the Spirit Walkers with Dispel. I think that would be powerful. I'd say 3.
Yeah.
3. I'm usually stuck still with some Berserkers. I want 3 heroes. And I was thinking that I'm not sure exactly how the Burning Oil works, but I would like maybe just a Demolisher against their guys.
I'll tell you how it works. Burning Oil leaves a burning area for 3 seconds. It does a total of 18 damage. 6 of that immediately applies in the first micro instance of the standard damage impact. Demo does about 100 damage, piercing. The Burning Oil is magical, so it gets blocked by Banshee AMS if he has it. So you're basically doing 6 extra damage on 100, not counting damage reduction because of armor types or damage amplification because of armor types. But let's just say 100 damage plus 6, so it's 6% extra. And then it does another 12. It goes 6, 6, 3, 3 over 1 each second. Okay. So the DPS is 4.5. The first hit is 6% bonus damage, and if you count it in total, it's 18% bonus damage. So overall, 6 to 18% bonus damage. A standard upgrade of a War Mail is 12.5% on average. So that makes the Burning Oil upgrade, if they stand still, better, and if they don't, worse. But it's also splash, and it's via a different damage route. So overall, I would say it is better than a standard attack upgrade. It costs only 50 gold. At that stage in the game, if you have a shredder, the lumber part is completely irrelevant because it's The cost is 50/150 for burning oil. So the 50 gold being the more important resource, this is a very cheap damage amplification upgrade for demos.
Okay. And so I was like, are we talking 50? Or I guess if they have necro wagons, they're going above 50, right?
Yeah. So do you remember you were Blade Shadow TC? And he had a bunch of necros. Let's say he had about 5 and 2 wagons and 2 statues, but you targeted the wagons a lot. Wagons actually disgorge all their corpses when you kill it. So it is still absolutely correct to target them as fast as possible, as well as statues and necros. Your blade was doing the right thing. Just giving you a bit of extra info. If they die, they still drop the corpses that they are generating, and they have an upgrade that generates automatic corpses every however so many seconds.
I figured it was something like that.
Yeah. So do you remember the Necromancer spell order?
Skeleton summon, unholy frenzy, and then do they have the green thing? Necrosis, is that what it's called?
Cripple.
Cripple. Oh, okay.
I like necrosis too. Yo, thanks, Leon. Do you know what cripple does? Don't look it up.
No, I was googling what necrosis was.
the dying off of flesh.
Okay, I was like, my mind it was in there.
Like
cripple, it's like a huge disabled, like 60, 80, 90, the high percentage.
Yeah, of damage reduction, movement speed reduction. So it got buffed. It used to be like 175. Now it's 150, 125. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a tier 3 upgrade. He didn't cast any cripple on your blade, so I'm assuming he was actually tier 2.
Yeah, or he was bad. One of the two.
Yeah, I think tier 2, probably. I mean, we'll always assume someone is good, and then it's more okay to be wrong, right?
Yeah.
So this was like an early timing, and then, of course, he's going to be over 50 for sure. Probably he's trying to hit at like 60, 65. And then, you were admittedly in complete paralysis of what building to build next because you just didn't know what to do. It's normal, first time, right? But yeah, you definitely want to get a totem ASAP. The moment you see temple, or even before, walker can be quite nice. Even just one walker against Criplord feels quite key. Otherwise, he could send 5 level 2 beetles to your worker line in your expo.
Yeah.
And then even a burrow and a tower will take like a minute to take him down. And then they can burrow. So 1 walker minimum, 2 ideal, 3 might be overkill because they can also do Criplord into Mass Destroyer.
Yeah. Yeah, so like have 1 blind walker, and then if there's nothing there, then you don't have to build more because it's not necessary.
1 blind walker, more if temples, 2 the most if no temple, something like that, right? Yeah. Zerker is your filler army, that's still true. The other filler army is Wyverns. We had you try that once. I suspect you probably have a healthy distaste of Wyverns because they're just complete garbage for cast.
Yeah, I don't like them.
They suck ass, but they fit in certain specific builds. It's always a numbers game. If you can get enough of them or no more than 1, then they can have value.
Yeah, I watched. I want to say it was Lin, but I could be wrong. Against Happy, maybe it wasn't Lin. I saw an orc against Happy who just massed Wind Riders the other day. Focus,
Linguagua, Lin,
something like that.
It kind of started as a desperation strat. What you should know is that since 2K3, Mass Wyvern against Orc, when they are opening with ghouls, has always been a go-to. And it's always a bit... think of it like going Mass Dark Templars in StarCraft 2. Right? It's they're fragile, they're high damage, they're kind of cheesy, they live in another dimension. One lives in the air, the other in the cloak realm. And if the opponent can deal with it aptly, then they feel like garbage for cast, expensive, and when they die, they give a lot of XP in this case.
Yeah, that was my feeling too. But
so
their poison seems very strong.
It is, and it stacks, and it lasts only 1 second on heroes, but it lasts like 20 seconds on units. So usually there's like a mitigation of effect of things on heroes. In few cases, is it more pronounced than for the Envenomed Spears. So if you do like 10 hits on a Frostworm, 30 seconds later, he'll be 1 HP for a while, right? That's how crazy it is.
Wait, what do you mean it stacks?
2 Wyverns attacking 1 unit will apply double DPS per second. Double damage per second.
How many does it stack?
As many as you like. So if 100 wyverns attacked an infinite health person, then he would take 100 times the usual DPS for a one wyvern per second.
Jesus. Would not want to be an infinite health person in that case. It's a
No, that
long and painful process.
would hurt.
All right. Yeah, and then
Do you want to expo in general? Sure.
yeah, the general expo, like what's kind of the mindset against expansions?
Yeah. You can open my stream in the meantime. I don't have to like stream it directly because I'm kind of like just writing down some notes to help guide the process. So the mindset against a early expansion. Mindset, enemy early tier 1 expo is they have more units and they're incentivized to stop your counter expo and to make trash units trade for value units and to slow your production of value units. So that's their goal. And then eventually, once they get a second hero or high unit tech, they try to use that to end the game or level their secondary or tertiary hero. And so you see this sometimes in Undead versus Human. A human will start with a fast expand. They get Archmage level 3. And then they go for Mass Footman, and they do like Footman suicide run-ins all the time to kill acolytes, cancel mine, etc. You've seen the same thing against yourself as an orc player. And then they go straight to tier 3 with 1 tower in each base, which seems like suicide, but the meta has changed. Back in 2K4, people would build like, 10 towers per base, but masonry got nerfed. The scout tower is a bit more expensive. So now you try to use counterattacks, worker attacks, bad trades, and sacrifice to buy time and to cover your way to the next stage of your plan. I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes you can have an expansion and still feel like you're not getting a lot of money if you're spending it poorly. So you could have 2 base, but if you go over 50 too soon, then you really don't feel that rich.
Yeah.
Or if you're forced to buy TP all the time, you really don't feel that rich. So you still kind of need to, in a low-cost way, buy time in order to get to the next stage. And so for a human player against undead, they go straight to tier 3 because if they were to start making rifles, they'll be like AM3, MK1, and then they have like 5 rifle and 3 priest. And what happens is they don't really have a way to like have a definitive victory against undead. Undead will like coil nova something, kill it, and then go on. So they really want a valuable army. So they go straight to tier 3. And then they get knights, flyings, and maybe 2-3 breakers and Staff of Sanctuary. So now they have a lot more of a cost-efficient thing that takes a long time to take down for undead. But they're still MK1, and their goal is not now to go kill the undead, but their goal is to get MK3, Pala 3. Once they get this, they win the game. And if they don't, they're usually just treading water and staying alive. So what you need to identify is what are the goals of the follow-up of the human? What can you absolutely not permit? And the same thing for undead. What can you not permit? What is the follow-up threat? Right, so it's not just what we want, but what are they using the expansion for? Because there's 2 phases. There's phase 1, their threat. Like their threat is not yet real. They buy time and they sacrifice footsies and stuff. And then there's phase 2, their actual goal. And the counter to phase 1 is your orcish counter is complete map control and area denial, XP denial, etc. So all those ways that you can be ahead in a game of WarCraft 3 that we discussed last time, which is, better units, more money, higher level, more items, right? All that kind of stuff, etc. You're going to leverage those in phase 1, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make sure that he doesn't get any of that. But then then we need to deny phase 2, which is their actual goal. So if it's an AM first expansion, your goal is to find out, is it rifles, griffins, or triple sanctum? and then you can kind of follow up with your army production. But until they have that during phase 1, we really need to make sure that we are at first making ourselves impervious to further damage. So while we could feel uncomfortable and be like, we need to equalize income right away, you have to remember that they will always have more money. You're never going to have more money. And so that is actually not the number one goal. If we could somehow overtake and be like, well, we'll do a double expand counter, then we could maybe have more money. But that's not going to happen. So your goal is to stay ahead in all the other ways, not the more money way, but in everything else, which means scout so that you can make the counter unit, creep more so that you have more items, creep more so that you have more higher level, and be more efficient in trades. And also, we need to cancel some of that money, which means make him spend more so that he cannot immediately turn it into a war machine, which means force engagements, force attrition, preserve resources ourselves, and only once we absolutely can do we counter expand. And the goal is to only have legitimate counter expansions that will not get cancelled once. You should see it as a loss condition if you made an expo that either gets cancelled or with a smarter opponent could have been cancelled. You must make it impossible. You cannot let it rely on luck.
Okay. So this could mean you go up to basically a 50 supply.
Maybe a little bit less. Maybe a little bit less. But yes, you would sooner go to 50 and then make it, provided that you have done 1,000 worth of gold damage to him, would be better than to try and squeeze it at 34 pop and saying, well, I hope he doesn't find it now.
Yeah. It's tricky though, because they can also, especially on maps with mercs, I find it difficult to judge how much pressure they can put on in actual fights as well.
That's the problem, because normally you can count unit production buildings in StarCraft and WarCraft, but with Mercenary Camp, there's a big question mark. It's kind of like an unfair advantage. And Mercamp AM expos is very difficult. I truly believe it's in favor for human. Like on Last Refuge, I don't know why you would never ever not fast expand. Same on Echo Isles, because the Mercamp is an option. Either they blast 1.5 minute worth of income into mercs in 1 second, which means you suddenly need more units in order to defend your expo, or they go for an eco follow-up, and they just keep their 6-7 footmen and straight into the next unit, which is a more long-term sustainable solution for them. Yeah, that is true. That is difficult.
Okay. This makes sense, though. It sometimes feels so hard if the early stage doesn't go well to get any type of map control.
Yeah, well, then you lost in the early game, and then
probably.
you just have to try and have more skill in the rest of it. But it's true. A lot of it comes down to the early game. Like fast expo are creativity killers. You have to just be like good in execution. You don't have a lot of freedom. If they fast expo, it really is more of a StarCraft game, where it's just a numbers thing.
Yeah, that's what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah, like when I screw around, I go do like fun builds. The moment I see the enemy expos, like, well, I can't really do one hero, no units anymore, right? Like it's too powerful. So it's very binary. Either it works or it doesn't. The expo, you did enough damage or you didn't. And we see some exceptions sometimes. Like you may think, like after thousands of games or hundreds of games, you'll realize, when a human expos, I need to kill at least 4 peasants to be on par with a normal 50-50 game plan chance. Right? I need 4 peasant kills. Right. Anytime I have less, then I'm kind of behind. Anytime I have more, I'm kind of ahead. 4 is average, on average, takeable, whatever. Right? That can be true. And then suddenly a new era enters and you don't realize, and you realize you never really get that anymore. But you see that there's other ways to have advantage. For instance, I heard you remarking on stream that Hitman among the top orcs, and to be fair, he's more of a ladder top orc, though he has done well at LAN once. But his playstyle is more of a proactive, self-defining ladder style, where he creeps a lot and he doesn't harass as much. You notice this.
Yeah, I like it.
Whereas, what's that?
I liked it a lot. It was more, it was easier, less reacting to stuff.
Yeah, proactive is always easier in a way, especially since people like winning, and so they build proactivity only on good habits if they're high level, right? So the fact that he's doing it and he's getting results with it, well, that means that his proactivity is efficient enough to deal with a wide variety of different things, and that always feels more comfortable than always relying on reacting to what an opponent is doing. And Hitman essentially is doing this with Orc, even though historically Orc should not be able to do this. Because if you look at him play, he'll creep to level 3 without scouting at all. And that means that the opponent could go for a tier 1 expo. But somehow he probably still gets decent results against it. So it shows a new level of thinking, a new way of thinking. Happy, by the way, was also quite similar. When Happy was paid some money, which is the only reason he played Orc, and it was a very cool thing to see. He played a lot of different races like a year ago. He started playing Orc, was immediately, I would say, the best Orc in Europe. And he never played Blade because it's harder, right?
Yeah.
So he was going for the easier thing, which was Farseer Headhunter, and his micro was insane. And he was pretty much just creeping a lot. He'll be like against a human, and he'll just creep to level 2 or 3. And you watch it, and you know it's wrong based on everything you've seen ever. Everything you've done, everything you've tried, you know it's wrong. But his micro was so good, he could still make that work. Not always, but quite often. So there is what I wanted to. One of the things I wanted to tell you, there is still some unfound mystery in WarCraft 3 that if you allow your mind to be free and to try out things, then not everything is dogmatic. And whether that moment for you is now to try that, or in a week, or in a month, I leave it up to you. But definitely dare to try things, because everybody knows something that another person knows ain't true.
Yeah. Interesting.
Did you have other major themes besides this?
Let me check. The disco elf, keeper of the groove.
The keeper of the grove.
Yeah.
Grove, not groove, but
Yeah, but he's a groovy man. He takes
the groove.
everyone down.
Keeper of the grooviness. He
Yeah.
entangles you, and it takes all the way until you get to tier 3, and then
Yeah.
the entangle's over.
I
what
actually have no clue what to do against him. I don't think I've won a game against him yet.
Yeah. You watch replays. Have you not found any?
Not yet. No, everyone plays demon first.
Newer development. So you missed the period where Keeper got buffed. Give you a short history. Keeper first was rarely, if ever, done in 2004 to 2010. Only cheesy no-skill players did it. All the serious players would go Demon first. Sometimes Tavern Hero first, but mostly never Keeper first. Then in 2018, Blizzard came back to Warcraft, probably with their knowledge they were going to Reforged, but we didn't know this in 2018 yet. They started doing some patches, probably in anticipation of, to get their finger back on the pulse of Warcraft 3. 2018, 2020, somewhere there, a new patch came out made by Matt Morris. Matt Morris worked at Blizzard as a campaign and level designer, so he had no balancing background. He looked at some telemetry, internal data, which heroes get used a lot, which don't. And he basically, in order to try and make the game a bit more interesting, he rebalanced some things. Units that don't get used a lot get buffed. But it created a knock-on effect where several unused units got multiple buffs, and altogether those would end up forming a new strategy. The Keeper, Alchemist, Huntress, Archer strategy. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, never.
So it's Keeper first, then Alchemist, and opening with 1 Archer, and then 4 Hunts, and then back into more Hunts or Archers. That build, altogether, in its form that would then get played over the next 3 years, which basically ended about a year ago in its full form, also due to patches a bit. That one received 13 buffs compared to historical Warcraft 3. So that's quite a lot. Basically, they got a buff to Moonwell Juice regeneration rate, Archer damage, Huntress tech upgrades, Huntress damage, Keeper entangle damage and duration. Let's see, a couple of more things. There were some other things, like, I don't exactly remember what, but it basically got 12, 13 buffs. And then suddenly they found this new build. It has been since nerfed a couple of times, both the Keeper and Alchemist. Alchemist had a buff where healing spray used to be friendly fire, aka it would heal enemies.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's how it always was, and that got removed. So he suddenly became quite good at healing Hunter's Archer Balls. And Force of Nature was also buffed like 2-3 times. So Keeper got like 4 buffs, Alchemist got 2 buffs, Transmute was improved to get more money when he ults someone. Tranquility was buffed. Yeah, I think Keeper got 5 buffs, Archer 2, Huntress 1 or 2, Alchemist 2, Moonwell, and then altogether it made the build better. So basically, the Keeper is a lot like Cryptlord in that he is a summoner that also has a crowd control ability. It's what Mountain King wishes he was, because AM first has the summon, and MK first has the crowd control. But Cryptlord and Keeper have it both, and so does Dreadlord. Dreadlord doesn't have summons. Right, so if you are a summoner and a crowd controller, you're in a prime position to take an early expansion and to defend early game advantages. Because you got bonus units during a time where people have the fewest units, and you have a crowd control ability that can kill units as well.
Yeah.
So if they get a mana item from the expansion, or if they use Moonwells, or if they preserve their mana well, then you come in with a unit, you could lose it, and they have bonus units. So basically, the way you should see that is that both of them are somewhat counterable by Dispel. Keeper even more than Cryptlord, because Cryptlord Dispel it's countering Rod of Necromancy and Beetles, whereas Impale, of course, does not get countered by Walkers.
Yeah.
And then for Keeper, both Entangle and Force of Nature get countered by Dispel, but Thorns doesn't. But then Thorns doesn't do anything you don't want it to do because you have to hit him with melee first. And so you have to accept that they will have early game hegemony advantage, and then that once you have Dispel, that they lose some of their spunk. So essentially, they have tempo, you have scaling.
Okay.
And so committing, the moment you know that you're against Keeper, you kind of have to keep your tier 1 units at home.
Just actually in the base, right?
And even then they sometimes go in and attack it.
Yeah. Okay. This guy, one guy, he walked in with the Keeper. He hit my peon, and he put it in Entangle. And there was, I don't think I can save it then.
No, you have to be faster. So peasants die to an Entangle and follow-up attack. But peons need 1 pre-hit.
Okay.
And then Entangle and non-stop attack. Which means there's a couple of things you can do. When the Keeper throws that stupid little green bird, that is an auto attack. It's a bird, by the way.
Yeah.
When he throws it, you can dodge the hit by going into a burrow. After the hit lands, you can then put it in a burrow to dodge the 0.7 seconds of cast time that Entangle is. It takes 0.7 seconds. He raises his hand, and when his hand is lifted to the sky, Entangle happens.
Better be playing on EUS then.
Draw.
Yeah.
Check ping, draw. Yeah, so that's something.
Okay.
That's how you kind of stop that. And also, like I said, it is important to know that he needs non-stop follow-up attacks. So he's gonna have to stand still or kite during some period of time. So if Keeper entangles and wants to kill something, at least you can hit him non-stop, which means it's better if Blade non-stop chase Kotka and hit him rather than lose sight of him and potentially have risk having him go to your main base and kill 3-4 peons.
Yeah.
Also, have you faced this yet? They go Keeper, 1 Archer into Hans. Have you faced this at all, or is it only Mass Archer?
Honestly, most of my games, they end against the Keeper before anything interesting. I can't I just have memories of him running into my base, killing stuff, and then a grunt dies. I don't even remember their army.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
I can't help it. This guy's really fast.
Yeah.
He's on a horse too, or he is the horse himself, I guess.
He's 320 movement speed because he's quadrupedal. Yes. All quadrupedal heroes are 320.
Yeah.
Blade is 320. Agi is generally 320. And quadrupedal is 320. So if you are a horse or you're on a horse, you're 320.
Okay. I just got another question, by the way, unrelated. So once we're done with this, I have one more.
Yeah, well, we need to crack the keeper. We're going to do that in game instead of just text.
Sure.
So let's go to the next point.
Okay. The use cases of mirror image. Generally, in what matchups can I take it, and how should my skill build be in that case? Like, do I continue mirror image as my kind of my main spell, like I would do with Windwalk, or do I go 1/1/1 as a mirror image crit Windwalk? Because Windwalk level 1 feels almost completely useless to get sometimes. You know, it's not so great for harassment. I hate having it. Yeah. Okay, that's my question.
Windwalk level 1 is a heal solve protector. Windwalk level 2 is a chase, kill, escape, DPS, burst, scout. Slight hiding when near. So you're right, it's very different, right? You play this very differently. Do you know the move speed buff? I mean, you know it by feeling.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I think it's like this.
Oh, wow, that's big.
Yeah, so you're slightly faster than a blade without Windwalk, but it'll actually take quite a while for you to overtake a level 1 blade with no Windwalk and to actually get some significant hits or to actually get ahead of him. So this is why it's such a big difference. I believe the duration is 20 seconds, 40 seconds, and you're even faster, so you can see how much more area you can cover with it, more than twice as much area.
Yeah.
Very important question. Have you watched my Blade Master Spotlight on YouTube?
Absolutely, I have not.
Oh my god.
It's good?
Yeah. Maybe.
I'll watch
you if you ever want to learn more about him.
Yeah, I would like to.
I'll link it to you.
Okay.
Link it to you. You can watch it later. Because then you would see I knew that you haven't because I wanted to see if you're honest. Because
I won't lie about that. Just any question would just blast me. Such a risky lie, no payoff.
Oh, it's because you asked about the build. I was like, oh, you haven't seen it. He hasn't even seen it. Okay, stay calm. It's fine. I'm just joking. The build, like the talent builds are all there, like the ability builds. For mirror image, there's a couple of builds. There's like Orc goes Windwalk first, just because they wanted to scout. So it's Windwalk 1, and then usually it's crit 2, crit 1, and then it's like Windwalk 2, right? This is quite usual.
I always do this, like 98% of the time, yeah.
Okay, there are exceptions. Sometimes you want to do this if you are already in a fight.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Yeah, and so you would consider doing that. Sometimes against Keeper, we do this. Why do we do this? Because Windwalk was what we happened to pick first. We wanted to scout without being seen. We wanted to maybe steal some creeps, right? That's also what this does, steal creeps. And then mirror image is actually unique in this game. It is the only thing that can dispel acid bomb. Nothing else does. Acid bomb, of course, being the alchemist spell.
And if you're in a entangle and you use mirror image, do you get out or no?
Yeah. Also dispels all other things, including entangle and heal solve.
Yeah, I've had it happen like 4 times already.
Yeah. That's awkward.
Yeah.
This is actually why against Blade it's good to damage them, because for a while they don't want to either heal solve or they don't want to mirror image. Right? Mirror image always takes the full HP from the Blade and then cancels solve. So Windwalk combines much better with heal solve than mirror image.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed. So I've been watching a lot of Hitman replays because he's been laddering some. So I've been checking those. And he plays quite a bit of mirror image, and he often does a voodoo launch skip with it. So he does the fast stack, then he creeps a little bit with the mirror image. He has faster second hero and still gets decent level.
And then does he ever get Windwalk?
I actually didn't pay attention. Because I hadn't played it yet, so I didn't think about the problem. And then I played today. I was like, oh, let me try mirror image. And I was like, crap, I have no clue what's next. I just remember he got crit second very often. Then I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to transition to Windwalk and really feel very good about it. Like you're gonna do 2 mirror image, 1 Windwalk, useless because Windwalk 1 gets no distance on the map, right? So you could do mirror image 1, then double Windwalk, then you have no crit, then you have no damage.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel great either. So mirror image basically is like making Blade slightly into a Farseer. You can have 1 or 2 units that can go on the map that aren't real mirror images. Same with wolves. You are oriented towards creeping, same as Farseer. You are saving resources that are not heal solves by constantly tanking creeps with real body when you go Windwalk and Grunts. So mirror image is a Farseer. Blade becomes the Farseer, but with actually good scaling, unlike the Farseer.
Why is that?
Because Blade scales well. He's an agility hero that has the 3rd best BCD in the game. BCD is your basic cooldown timing. This means your natural hidden attack speed. Everyone has a natural hidden attack speed. Blood Mage is number 1, then Demon, then Blade, then Warden. So when it comes to putting like circlets, claws, gloves, all these things that deal damage, either attack speed or damage, when it comes to putting those on a hero, the 3rd best user in the game is Blade.
Okay.
And of course he has crit, so he interacts with those bonus things even more.
Yeah.
So Blade scales better. You like him to become a monster at level 5 more than a Farseer, and partially because crit cannot get dispelled, right? Windwall cannot get dispelled, but Feral Spirits can. So all you got is Chain Lightning, and Farseer is ranked 20 out of 24 when it comes to BCD.
He's such a loser.
He's a loser. He doesn't have fantastic auto attacks. He attacks a lot slower, naturally.
He's also weak, no? He just looks weak.
Yeah, he looks a little weak.
Yeah.
He does have a cool attack with lightning, but
yeah, but weak man. Not a fan.
You should see him in Reforge. That's really weak there.
Everything looks a bit weak in Reforge.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I played when it came out. I played the campaign in Reforge, but I didn't finish it.
Oh.
I don't know. I just didn't feel it. I wasn't.
Yeah. By the way, Book of Retraining was buffed. It used to be 300 gold. Now it's 200 gold.
I built it once. I thought it was very cheap.
Yeah, it's very cheap. I underuse it. You asked about mirror image. You're not sure when to use it. I've said it's a bit like a Farseer. Makes him a bit like a better Farseer. Not better in every way, because Farseer still has some purposes. Like getting peasants in between you and buildings that Blade cannot. Obviously, wolves, they have more DPS than a ghoul or a footman. A single wolf, right? So if you summon 2 wolves, you've got pretty good damage, but then they are not very tanky and they give XP. Mirror images also give XP. So they're pretty comparable, the two. The truth is, there's not 100% a super clear answer yet, because we are in a transitionary phase where mirror image is being used more and more and more. Fly is one of the legendary top orcs, Fly 100%. Mm-hmm. I see him use mirror image all the time, right? Same as Hitman. Lin also uses it, but Lin is like quite aggressive. He likes to destabilize opponents. Among all, Lin is the most successful orc tournament player. So a lot of what he does, whether he sandbags on ladder or whether he's building upon like knowledge in tournaments of how he can destabilize people, he does that. And then, sometimes Windwalk is better for that. And Hitman is more of like a ladder spammer. So mirror image fits that a lot, because you can keep rehearsing a creeping proactive build order.
Yeah. It's more stable.
Though he has shown great mastery of timing and reactivity as well, but this is just what he prefers. It's more chill.
Okay.
I heard you say before you wondered if it's a bit illicit that you are relying a lot on mirror image and headhunters. I would say not. I think it's trending towards this, but we'll learn that together as we also look at replays and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually haven't used a lot of mirror image yet, but the headhunters, they feel a little bit like cheating sometimes. They're very good. Against Undead, I play basically pure Headhunter, 3 heroes, I get a Kodo with the drums, and we're cooking.
Yeah. And have you seen a lot of games of Happy against Orc?
I watched I watched all of his losses.
I just watched all of his losses yesterday.
Yeah.
Like 6-7 orc losses.
I think I watched like 3 or so. So I don't know. But I watched so many replays that I can't quite remember what I watched. Because very often I'm just looking for one answer that I then look for something, or it's like just a creep route or something, and then I just finish it. But
For sure, yeah. I've seen. So Happy has done like 100 different things. He's as flexible as he used to be inflexible in SC2 and WarCraft 3. But right now he's like experimenting with ghoul and fiend openers both again. But basically, Happy's ghouls are like twice as effective against this army. Against it, you're wondering why the hell am I making berserkers? They're dying like flies. But yeah, the orcs are fighting back. They get wins sometimes. It seems orc is actually one of Happy's best matchups, which used to be one of his worst. These days he loses more to human, it seems, than to orc. But I've seen every orc playing Blade Master with Headhunters in some version. There was one game with Lin where he went Blade Shadow with Wyverns, and it looked awful, and somehow he eventually got a DK5 for free, but it was still when he switched back to Headhunters that he eventually won.
Was that on the map with the 2 fountains or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got like a free level 5 DK.
Yeah,
I think that's why you won. Yeah.
And also you had the game that Hitman played yesterday on the ice map.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. That was with Headhunters.
Yeah, Blade Headhunters, right?
Yeah. Very nice. Good micro as well by Hitman. Like he's
very good micro.
So careful. Like you guys, when I watch the high level boys, so you guys take so long to take a fight. You know, you're just standing.
Took longer than anyone I've seen take recently. I kept thinking like, oh, he's gonna go in now for sure, and then he would back off again and back off, and he would back off. I was like, wow, what is he actually waiting for? Because I don't think the situation is gonna materially change. I didn't even understand why he pulled back sometimes. When he was like pushing on the left side of Happy's Ogre 5 spot.
Yeah.
They were both like 50 pop, and Happy would pull his ghouls back like a few paces behind his 3 heroes, and I thought maybe that's just not what he likes, where Happy is fully ready for him and receiving him. And he wants Happy to kind of move into him because he's got the ranged army, so he can do a hit and then kite back.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was very nice to watch. It almost felt a little bit like StarCraft Micro, the way he was, like the kiting with the Marines almost. Of course, the attack speed is way slower, but when they were like moving towards that very top red spot, he did like 2 or 3 like proper like kite moves. It was nice.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It felt a bit like Stalker Colossus versus Stalker Colossus to me.
Yeah, yeah, in a way. Yeah.
A lot of pre-positioning.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you. I had a couple of comments, and we'll keep this in mind. What your major. I have a summary of your major general points.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a couple of questions too. What's up? Oh, this.
I just saw what you said about the keeper.
Okay. I wanted to ask, do you know about armor and damage types?
Yeah.
Do you know the percentages?
Is it 6 or 7%?
Oh no, I don't mean.
You mean like how much extra magical does to heavy?
Yeah, so one armor is 6% PEHP, physical effective health on base HP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, give me 1 second. It's raining really hard, and I'm gonna close a window. 1 sec.
Yeah. Are they just talking, or are they gonna watch a replay or even play? We'll do it all, but the goal here is top coaching and info exchange, not top entertainment. I hope you get good entertainment from it as well. And we are going to do all of those, yes.
All right.
But we have to first catch up with what we need to learn so that we have a plan. Hold up, his new goal is 3,000 MMR? Yeah. I mean, it's in my title. It must be true, right?
Yeah. That's how it works.
No, I mean types, not amounts, not physical.
Okay.
So do you know about percentage, like bonus percentage, and debuff percentage?
Yeah, but I wouldn't know the exact numbers.
Yeah. So, but like if I asked you, magic damage versus heavy armor, what does it do?
Good. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So Magic versus heavy is 200%.
Really?
That's very good.
Yeah.
Right, so this is like talents against grunts.
Shamans versus footmen.
Yep.
Shadow
Okay.
walkers. Spirit walkers versus grunts as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Against butlers. Right.
Butler.
Then you've got like piercing versus heavy. Do you know?
Piercing versus heavy. I think it's less.
It's 100% actually. It's full.
Oh, really?
Normal,
piercing versus medium is less.
correct.
Yeah.
Piercing versus medium is, I believe this is 50%. Maybe chat can help. When you have a piercing versus light. Do you know some light units?
No, I don't.
Any flying units, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I once you said it, I knew what it's like a little shield, right?
Yeah, correct. Any like Gargs and Hippos are unarmored, but most flying units are light. And then there's like one heavy armor flying unit, which is flying machine.
Okay.
Piercing versus light is like 150%, I think. It's more anyway, right?
Okay.
Then you've got normal attack damage versus heavy. Do you know how much?
Normal versus heavy. It's gonna suck.
It's also just normal, 100%.
Oh, really? Okay.
Normal versus medium.
It's good.
It's good. I think it's 150%. Then piercing versus hero armor.
I guess I have no clue.
Is 25%.
Oh, wow.
It's very weak. Normal versus hero, I believe, is 100%.
Okay.
Normal versus medium is 150. Okay. And so technically, a little worse against heroes to use like headhunters. And if you want to kill heroes, then grunts are doing pretty good at that.
Yeah.
And then siege versus unarmored.
Very good.
Very good. True. I think it's 150%. And then siege, piercing versus unarmored.
Also good.
Yes. Also good. Correct. Either way, it's good.
Yeah.
Right. So when we are in a orc mirror fight, you can kind of remember, right? Walkers against grunts.
Grunts on
Piercing.
raiders.
Sorry?
Grunts on raiders, raiders on Kodos.
Yeah. And I think siege versus heavy is also 100%. I believe it. But less siege versus medium is less. All right, cool. So kind of refresh on that. The biggest standout, I would say, are magic versus heavy double and piercing versus hero very little.
Yeah. So these are the priorities to either have or not have, depending
correct.
what side we're on.
Correct. Let's go to a few small things, and then we'll deal with some of the bigger things, since it'll be easier to get that behind our molars. Achter de kiezen. We'll get that over with first. There's some creep tricks. I don't know if you're using them yet, but you should.
Are you going to show me the Twisted Meadows one?
Where have you seen it?
A guy did it against me, and I tried it myself, and it's one of the only losses in the last few days. The fat golem wouldn't chase me. He just
shit. Well, how did you try it?
I just walked in with my hero. I'm like, come join me, buddy.
No! Why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of remember the building positioning. Because I had it in my mind that I wanted to learn the trick. That was last night, I think. And then I was like, I'll play one more game. Then I learned the trick, and I got Twisted Meadows in orc versus orc. And I was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do now. And then I tried it, and it failed miserably.
Yeah, understandable. So basically, we got the right position right away. You can actually do like this, where you don't make the 7th peon yet. So you get your burrow at the standard pre-peon timing, and then the new peon, you make the racks early. This does mean that you have to have kind of a worker stop. I am streaming it to you. I don't know if you saw it yet.
Oh, wait.
so I'm streaming it over Discord.
Okay. Oh, really good at.
Tell me when you're in.
I'm in.
Okay. So basically, the way I open this: 4 in gold, 1 in altar. Then make 2 new peons, or 1 new peon actually. And you pull the guy out of the mine, one of the 4, to make the burrow, like you already always do. And then at 6 out of 11, you stop for a bit. And in the new peon, the first new peon that comes out actually makes the racks. And so you don't make a new peon yet. You'll be 3 in gold essentially.
Okay.
Right? You make the racks with that so that the grunt comes out early. And then you could get a shop now if you want to have a shop after this as well. It kind of depends. Usually you have to go windwalk in order to make this work. Though I think you can make it work with mirror image as well. But I'm showing you the easier version now. The cool thing about getting the racks this early on just 3 in gold, while Altar Burrow are making, is that the grunt comes out this soon, which means he can start going already. The thing you should know about this pool is that only tier 1 melee units can do this.
Okay.
You can't do this with hero. The rock golem will boulder your hero, but he will not boulder a unit.
Okay.
And also, and I think your chat told you this before a few days ago, it only works in the day, not at night. And you were like, of course.
That was a different trick, though.
Okay.
When I was standing on the toes of the high troll priest on one of the maps.
Oh, yeah. It actually didn't work, and I can tell you why. It's very awkward, but I can show it again. This is actually educational to show why it didn't work. So what happened is I walked from here, right? From right here to here. And for some reason, this idiot pathfind like this. And that is too slow, which actually proves that sometimes pathfinding is a little slower than the reality of managing it yourself. So you need to path around like this. Bring in your windwalk blade and then do this. Now, if you want to do it really cool, he got ensnared, so it didn't work. But basically, as you see, he will sometimes not hit you back, and sometimes he will hit you back. But there's a thing that you can do. Oh, nice. There's a thing that you can do. If you don't get ensnared, basically.
Yeah.
Units in WarCraft 3, creeps, have an anti-mazing mechanic. An anti-lockup mechanic. And it explains some unusual behavior. So if a unit is trying to get out, after a while, when he recognizes he can't get out, even though his primary goal is going home back to his leash, because units are only allowed to be this far out for a short period of time. So, sorry, I'm layering a lot of different rules. Let me try to start this from the beginning. The maximum amount of normal fighting range a unit is allowed to fight at without going home, indefinitely, until they die, or you die or leave, is about this big.
Okay.
This is their stable fighting radius. If they go outside, they will fight you for a bit, but then go home. They have a timer. So pull them anywhere here, and you will finish the cap. But their maximum roaming distance is actually this big.
Okay.
But the further they go, the fewer seconds they're allowed to remain there, because their timer starts right here.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And let's say I don't have the exact data, but their maximum timing that they are allowed to stay out of this safe area, let's say it's about 5-6 seconds. Maybe someone knows exactly how it is, but let's say 5-6 seconds. So he will go until here, but no further. And that's why we don't build the racks here and try to squeeze him in the trees here. But this is as far as he'll go. And that means that when we actually try to do it on this location on Twisted Meadows, we can't do it here because it just happens to be farther. See? It's like 1.3 screen. You're seeing this, right?
Yeah.
So this is by far the best position for the rock golem pool because it's so near your own natural base. You can keep a normal base. But on this location, the racks would need to be here, and then you need to pull them around this corner. At the bottom, it needs to be over here. It's pretty cringe, because see how big of a difference having a racks here is?
Yeah.
And then what? Your burrow needs to be here, and then you're gonna try to protect it with a shop here, and your altar is here. Then you have no defense here. So this is the only location where it makes a lot of sense. And sometimes in times of desperation, people have tried this shit, but it just creates all these other challenges. So when a unit has decided that he is locked in a place where he shouldn't be locked in, instead of just trying to get home, which is his primary directive, eventually he gives up and he'll start attacking. That's how the AI works.
Right.
And it is kind of like in chess. I don't know if you've played any chess.
Yeah.
In chess, where like there is a rule to prevent the spamming the same command for both players. After like 3 times the same move, one of the players, I forgot which, has to change the move. Do you remember that?
Yeah, otherwise it's just a draw.
Yeah, otherwise it becomes like an infinity draw, right?
Yeah.
So he will try to get out a few times, and then eventually he realizes the path he's been taking is the same. So one thing you can do, while the peon is like, let's say the peon is on patrol like this. So I block him. Okay, well, let's say that, I actually block him. I block him. And then I block him, but I block him at a different point every time. Let's say this was a block.
Yeah.
Then he never gets used to it. You see, even the peon. But if I do this, and I keep changing it, so essentially I'm doing an attack on him, and I move in, and then I attack him, and I move out, and I attack him. And when you do this, the rock golem will never hit you back. And it only works if you happen to not get ensnared, which is sometimes slightly dependent on pathing luck. But even if you don't do the trick with the grunt that I just showed, just locking him in like that gets you the rock golem. And then you make sure that you don't get the last hit with the burrow, right?
Yeah. The guy that showed me the trick first killed the golem himself with the burrow.
I mean, still, it's funny, like when you go up the ranks, when you're at like 600 to 1000 MMR, nobody tier 1 expands. And then at like maybe 1100 MMR to above, people start to fast expand at tier 1, but they fuck up everything. And then once you get like higher to like 1300 plus, they're starting to do that fine. And then, eventually there's always new skills to learn, etc.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was the first trick I wanted to show, which has limited application, I must say. There is, are you also familiar with the spell denial pull trick?
Nope.
Okay, so again, you use this, you go away this far, or about this far, you move in with the rest of your army the moment that you don't draw aggro, you hire a bunch of things, you get the berserker, the priest, you bring in the rest of your units, and now, notice how the rock golem is not casting boulder.
Interesting.
Units on return itineraries back to their safe leash, and not just back to their safe leash area, it's back to their exact spawn-in location on the map. Once they have gone over their maximum distance, or let's say, once they lose their appetite for chase, and they assume a going home behavior, from that point onwards, nobody will cast any ability anymore. Until such moment as they exactly resume their original location, or in fact a position of idle. So let's say, if this troll happened to stop here, and the rock golem happens to stop not on his original location, but because it was blocked, but he will stop moving and won't move for a while, then he resumes the ability to cast spells.
Yeah. I've seen this, but I didn't get it.
Yes, you have seen this. I've seen you see it too. And so you were playing a game on Hammerfell, and you said, is this the easy expansion or the hard one? And, oh yeah, this is the easy one, you said.
Yeah.
But actually, the other one can also be pretty easy, so long as you do this.
Yeah.
But now, why did this happen?
Because your hero was in range.
Perhaps. Actually, I don't fucking know. I've never seen this. I've never seen this. Maybe it's because the hero was in range. Oh, Ixot said because your hero was in range.
Nice. Yeah, me and Excel are the same.
Excellent. Yeah, well, then you are correct. I've never seen it, but normally I always make sure that it happens well before I'm there. So I guess it really just has never happened. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can't do that everywhere. If you do it on this expansion, these troll trappers will ensnare you. So then you can't get away fast enough, and then they'll just start hitting you. But creeps actually ignore. They actually ignore ensnared units, if at all possible. So theoretically, if you wanted to, but this camp isn't valuable enough to pull, you could do it with multiple units. So if you bring in multiple units, and then one gets ensnared, and the second gets ensnared, and the third one hits them, then they will actually still chase the one that's not ensnared, because he's the only one that has higher attack prio. And then you could like pull them away, and then they will stop casting spells. It's kind of silly. So now we have succeeded the pull, and as you see, he's not casting Bloodlust the moment he goes home. All right, now he will never cast Bloodlust again. And the trappers will never cast Troll and Snare. They will only start re-aggroing you once they go back to their safe aggro radius that I told you about, which is usually about half distance. You remember I told you about that here, right?
Yeah.
So since they re-entered... Hey, why did he Bloodlust? He Bloodlusted. I don't fucking know. I don't know why he Bloodlusted. But the trolls aren't ensnaring at least. Yeah, he bloodlusted twice. I don't know, but usually this works. You gotta believe me.
I swear, guys.
It never works when they're watching. Well, nobody ever tried to pull this camp, so it's really hard to say. This camp just isn't worth pulling. This counts on every camp that matters. Okay, like any rock golem camp.
Yeah,
Birch,
and the priest.
Like,
the priest is oh my god, the high
priest,
throw priest. I hate this guy so much.
Priest doesn't always follow you. So for like
he sometimes stands still.
Generally, he won't follow. So, like on Lost Refuge, the Mercamp has a high priest, and Twisted Meadows has a high priest.
Yeah.
They generally don't follow. So what happens is, if you, as a human, you use a footman on Lost Refuge to pull the creep, that footman will take 10% damage. Then they come in with their militia footman archmates. They kill the priest first. Then they fight the rest, who will not cast slow and snare or rock golem boulder. So it's very valuable for them.
Yeah.
Right? Very easy for them to take. They kill the priest in complete isolation. And the way that you as an orc know that they did it is that when you walk straight to their place, you see a footman leaving with 90% health. That's how you know they're taking it, or that they have at least have hired the priest and then left.
Yeah.
Here's what I learned about priest. I studied this problem. On maps where orc faces human, and the human can do a Mercamp creep into expand.
Yeah.
Every game that I've watched, either the human won easily because of OP priest, or the orc went blade, in which case a human left instantly because he decided, nah, I don't want to mess with this. Like, I'm not interested in practicing this. I saw this. He's like, he was going for the priest, he saw the enemy went blade, and said, not worth my time. He just left. Not because he had lost, but he only wanted to play against Farseer. And then there was a game where Fly did go Farseer, but he sent a peon there. So he went for Warmail into Rax, aka not 1 grunt into 3 HH. He went straight HH, which has your Warmail Rax finish roughly when FS comes out.
Yeah.
And then he's 1921 after he makes his first Headhunter, which means he has 1 Headhunter space available, which is the same as a priest. He had sent one of his peons, which is his 7th lumber peon, 6 on Warmill, which is generally enough, right? Which is the same amount of peons that we have when we go 1 grunt into Headhunter. So his 7th lumber peon goes at the altar finish timing. He shows up at the laboratory. Actually, I have this replay, but and then he competes for hiring the priest. So he'll send it in and just spam by the priest. The moment the footman will chase the peon, and the peon goes in, and then you hire the priest, and then the archmage shows up and body blocks and kills it, or the mountain king shows up and stormbolts and kills it, or maybe if you're very, very lucky it survives, but at least your opponent doesn't have it. And then you can use wolves for a while, right? I still don't love it, but it's very likely the only way that you can play it. And the other method I've seen is where Lin, he went Farseer on Last Refuge, and he knows it's BS, so he just didn't harass at all. He just crept to level 2.
Yeah,
And,
I've
and
seen
then
this too.
Then he tried to use like 5 auto attacks and chain lightning to kill the priest. This failed. It survived with 1 life, which was kind of gnarly, nasty. And then he did end up losing the game in the end. But these are the 3 reigning philosophies of how to deal with priest. That means that FS 1.0, this is how I describe having no XP, right?
Yeah.
1.0. FS 1.0 means straight harass, is dead on refuge and echo.
Yeah.
So you either go blade and go there, or you go FS2 and then try to auto attack chain lightning kill it with or without speed scroll, or you steal peon priest. You steal the priest with the peon.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on getting our own priest on these types of maps? Imagine we play Blade Master, we grab a priest so we pop the elementals.
We don't have brilliance.
So we can do it twice and then game over.
Yeah, we do it twice and then we save him and don't even use his healing at all. And then 1 more later and that's it. Or you do it twice and then you put him on autocast heal and then he's just like a very low HP headhunter.
Yeah.
So it is possible. My chat often says it when I'm bitching like an old man about priests. They're like, just get your own. I'm like, yeah. I don't scream like that, but we don't have brilliance. So sometimes you get double abolished on your wolves and you're like, cool, well, they can only do it twice, but then they can do it again, and then they can do it again and again, and then they get the second priest, and it's like, well, I guess I'll just never have a hero.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get your own, but it's not nearly as good for us as it is for human.
Okay.
But sometimes it can be okay. And also, of course, wolf is insta-kill a kill by the priest. Whereas if you abolish a water elemental, you still need to do it twice and hit it once. So yeah, it's not quite the same. But yeah, sometimes it'll be nice to get it.
Interesting.
War mill block. I saw that you practiced it and then applied it. This was nice. Yeah. War mill block against blade. The idea is, let me show you real quick. Basically, it was very nice to see you experiment with that and apply it. You were pretty close to doing it well, and I think it was very good for a first try. Wow, that's a bit too high. You're on the way to tier 2. Enemy blade shows up when you were making a burrow here.
Yeah.
His blade is this peon.
Okay.
You, of course, have 1 peon here on lumber.
Yeah.
Ideally, but if not, you can go from here. You come back in. You can put your grunt here on hold. You start attacking his blade.
Yeah.
He walks without wind walk. You can nonetheless still war mill block him. He's trying to get out. He breaks through, but before he does, you already send another peon here. And you put it right here. And if he does this on the final hit, then you war mill. Like if he, you know how Windwalk has fade time?
Yeah.
So if as he's killing it, when it's almost dead, well, not quite like that, right? But let's say he Windwalked and he did the final hit.
Yeah.
Then you can put this on stop, not hold, otherwise he will block. And then you quickly build the war mill there. And then what he's forced to do is to free himself by wasting Windwalk again. When you were hitting him, you immediately did this. This is fine, actually, because you wanted to have as much health as possible. And then he broke through it, but he didn't Windwalk yet. And I think you had your grunt here. You can immediately start building this already as well. Like if you know he's going to get low. But sometimes he'll be like over here, canceling a totem. And then if he Windwalks, then you build the mill. But if he doesn't, and he... Actually, does that make sense? You probably just want to build it as quickly as possible, so it has as much health as possible. I think the most important thing Yeah, forget about the Windwalker now. The most important thing is build this as fast as possible, and then get another peon here in location as fast as possible. And while you're locking him in, make sure that you do have a peon in every burrow so that you're getting maximum damage.
Yeah.
Because your goal is that he dies if he doesn't Windwalk, and your War Mill will then block his Windwalk from getting him out.
Yeah.
It's not just about having an HP threshold, but yeah, you need to max damage him so that he feels forced to Windwalk, ends up wasting that a couple of times, and eventually he also runs out of Windwalk.
Yeah, and then he pisses off to the altar.
And you're losing money by doing this a lot, so you do want to make sure that you damage him as much as possible. That's basically all. For the rest, you already got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do we play some?
Yeah. Oh, I have
do
one
we
question.
solve the theoretical of the expo?
Yeah. I
Question,
think,
yes.
yeah. So you showed me how to deal with if you have a trapper and a melee creep. Imagine Echo Isles, right? I run up with my Blade Master, I punch this guy twice, I move back 300 range, Grunt shows up, we punch the Fat Ogre together, right? Banging. That's all good. Sometimes, I don't know which map this is, but there is a map where the first one has... the creep that I want to punch is a range creep. So you have like a mini Tidehunter, a Trapper, and a Berserker, I think, on this map.
Yeah, Tidehunters.
Oh, that map is actually called Tidehunters?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. There, what I do now is I Windwalk and start smashing the Berserker. But that seems like a bad solution to my problem, because I'm losing energy for no reason. No?
The first Windwalk is okay to use
Okay.
because it starts your mana regen, and you have no mana regen until you use it, so you're essentially losing out on an income stream.
Yeah. Okay, so that's just fine to do.
It's fine to start with one early. There's a few ways you can do it. So, for instance, right when you come out of your altar, you can Windwalk and go there just to start the income of mana regen. And you go here and you start hitting him. And so now you have mana regen, and before you didn't.
Yeah.
And then if you want, so you don't want this. This is what you don't want to have happen, right?
Yeah.
The other thing you can do is you do not Windwalk immediately. You just walk there. Oh, and I wanted to tell you something about rallies. Okay. So the other thing you can do is you just start hitting like this. By the way, did you notice how I walked to the melee creep from the top?
Yeah, so that you have space for the grunt.
Yeah, exactly. So start hitting, and then at 1000 range, you Windwalk so that they're no longer in aggro, and then you continue.
Yeah.
So this is essentially, in my opinion, what you want.
This is kind of what I do now. Actually, no, that's not true. Usually I wait for the grunt, then I Windwalk, and then I go in.
But then he can still get ensnared.
No, I like it. I do it proper, you know? But I don't do any damage before the grunt is there, which is bad.
Oh, right. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I take the worst of both worlds.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
And the other thing you can do is, like I showed you before, and it also works on any camp. This is the no mana method.
Yeah, but it doesn't work if I hit the range creep, right? Because then the idiot stands.
Of course it works.
No, but the range creep won't follow me.
No, he will. He only has 600 range. You just need to go back a bit further.
Yeah, but my grunt won't be hitting the range creep.
Yeah, true. He will not be hitting the range creep.
He'll be hitting the Tidehunter.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. You must have no aggro and no chase.
Yeah.
If you want your grunt to go on the level 4, correct.
Okay. How important is that? Or this is climb gear?
There's two primary objectives when creeping. Not considering an opponent, right? When the opponent comes in, it's like, don't get your items stolen. Which creeps do you deny from the opponent? But if we're just talking about selfish, egocentric creeping that has nothing to do with an opponent, there's two primary objectives. Speed, HP loss. reduction. These are the only two objectives when you do not consider the existence of opponents. Agree?
Yeah. Well,
So
and mana, right?
Yes, correct. Speed, money usage. I mean, you could use mana usage, true, and HP loss reduction. These are the three pillars of creeping. Correct.
Yeah.
So technically, if you wanted to be very efficient, then there's two ways you could do it. You could make sure that your grunt are always hitting those with medium, so that you do the 50% bonus damage.
Yeah.
And your blade, meanwhile, is hitting the sea giant, which gets 100% from everything except magic heavy. Right? So your hero does 100% on everything. Your grunt does more on the trolls. So theoretically, you should leave 100% troll uptime attack timing for the grunt. The way that this could look is that blade comes in here, starts hitting the troll. When grunt is here, you windwalk. Creep the aggro, grunt comes in. When grunt is here, you re-aggro so that they don't attack the grunt. You come out of the windwalk, you hit him right when grunt is here before they get mad. Grunt walks in, he's already within the 600 range where trappers will consider ensnaring, so he won't ensnare him.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the troll, that means the grunt has 100% attack time into a berserker, which has medium. Then the grunt retargets to the trapper, and the blade retargets to the sea giant.
Yeah.
And what that would do is the pillar number one, maximization of efficiency.
Yeah,
speed.
you lose a little of HP, but you gain you gain speed.
Yes. How we actually mostly do it is 1, 2, 3. And this guy has a soft cleave. I don't know if you noticed.
No, I didn't know.
He has a cleave like maybe 20% of his attack or 50%. I don't know exactly how much. He doesn't have a lot. Both he has 0 armor. This one has 1 armor. So and he has 12, 13 damage. This one has 21 to 25. Piercing does less on heroes, which is why we always want to tank piercing with hero if possible. So yeah, there's a bunch of different considerations because piercing does full on heavy, but less on hero. So yeah, definitely.
I didn't know about the piercing percentage. I never thought of that. So I always killed the trapper because I just saw that his damage was higher.
Yeah, this is correct, and this is usually how you may do it. First the berserker, then the trapper, and then this guy. But it is slightly slower. Now, technically, you could say if you had like a lot of grunts, the grunts would take care of the trolls, and the blade takes care of the sea giant.
Yeah.
But getting the item early is
a big
prudent.
bonus. Yeah,
it's prudent from a PvP perspective because maybe you're forced to leave this camp because of an attack, and at least you've got the cheese off the bread.
Yeah.
And also because the item exacerbates the speed of your creeping because now you've got a claws or gloves.
Yeah.
If it's not a ring, right? So we do generally want to take the item creep first for many, many reasons. It's usually the most efficient, and even if it isn't, it is still the most safe.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you want to leave the trapper alive if you're expecting to be creepjacked or scouted, because then the trapper will kill he will get the acolyte or the wisp kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you could do this. So it really depends. If you're noticing you're doing this camp, and the blade is doing this, and the grunt is doing this, and your blade drops to not to 400 damage, but like 530 damage, and you're 20 HP, then maybe it's not such a hot idea, because even regen plus 400 HP from solve may not get you to 550.
Yeah.
Then you really do just want to do one by one. But now at least you are armed with the knowledge of making your own decisions about this, knowing that it is a decision.
Yeah.
Hey, more XP here. I didn't know that. Holy shit, there's 20 XP right here.
Is also on the other side? Surely.
Yeah, it's right here. And it's neutral instead of aggressive, which means you have to actually attack it in order to aggro it. So if you really need XP, you can actually take a Zeppelin and get 20 here. It drops Blink Dagger? Yeah, I'm sure. Blink Dagger and Staff of Mastery. Oh, and also very good here. By the way, the behavior of this Granite Golem, he will Thunderclap only when there's like 2-3 targets next to him. If you're tanking this with a single thing, one image, one blade, one shadow, he won't Thunderclap.
Okay.
So that's one way to manipulate him, and the other one is like pull him beyond this line for 6 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Same as any camp.
Oh, and then he also won't do the thunderclap?
No thunderclap, no boulder, nothing. Very valuable.
He has a lot of stuff. He is very powerful.
He's got 2 things, yeah.
He also is on a map with the 2 wolves. Icy
Yep.
map, I think, maybe.
Yeah, no, Autumny map, the brown one.
Oh,
Autumn
possible.
leaves.
Yeah, possible.
100%.
All right. Is it time?
It's time.
Yes. Okay.
Hopefully, some people will fast expand.
I hope so.
Tell them about the night elf trick to creep here. I see it more often, and it's easy to stop if you know about it. What's the trick again? Is it the archer trick?
Should I search a game?
Yeah. And then when you find, share. Hold on. We've got a couple of coaching styles we can do. The patient watcher question asker and the drill sergeant.
Drill.
Drill sergeant. You want to see what your body is capable of.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Okay.
Also, I felt like last time there was one particular game where, for me, so many things clicked that I want the same experience again.
Yeah. Cool.
There was the game against Elf on the ice map.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that. Grubby got difficulty settings. Yeah. Yeah. But you can only get the highest difficulty settings if you ask for it.
Yeah, it's a request basis.
Start yelling during loading screen. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you asked for humiliation. No, I'll dial it down.
Okay, we got a orc. P10.
Don't know him.
Concealed hill.
When you're ready to share.
Yeah, I'm first splitting.
What do you want? I can do that. Something need doing? Where? Be happy to. We need more gold.
Opening it.
Yes. Okay. Something need
Pop
doing?
out.
Work. What do you want? Something need doing? Be happy to. Yes. Something need doing? Ready to work. Oogie dokie. Yes. I can do that. We need more gold.
I am in.
What do you want? We need more gold. I can do that. Something need doing? Be happy to. Something need doing? Oogie dokie. Work. Yes.
I know you're a blade appreciator.
Yes. Well,
Complete.
I mean, I like the Farseer too, but
In Orc Mirror, you said there's no respect for Farseer.
yeah, no, I like him as a unit, but people that play it, they take the. I don't respect them as people. And I respect the Farseer as an entity.
it's not the game's fault, it's the player. Understand?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wouldn't call it cheating, but it's on the edge. It's not how it's supposed to be played.
Cancel one peon, cancel one peon. You don't want to have your grunt be even later than it already is.
More gold. We need more gold.
I see this is a habit for you. I saw you do this mistake where you have to cancel the peon belatedly. That grunt needs to come out as fast as possible. Remember how it's seconds later than the blade sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sure to rally your racks to the top right of your racks and then shift it to kind of like that. Otherwise, he could get stuck on the wrong side.
Yes, hey, excellent choice. I am yours. I like this. Yes, Lord. I will hear and obey.
At this distance, there won't be an ensnare. I like to take one step back after an auto attack so that the Ogre Warrior hits the grunt 3 times, so that you're using the HP regeneration resource of the grunt.
I am yours. We need
The piercing will remain on the blade, but the normal damage, which does full on the hero, he might harass you with blades and items.
Yes, Lord. I am yours.
Make sure your burrow timing is very on point. I feel like there's a blade harass coming with items.
Yes, Lord.
No, he would have stolen this. So,
I am yours.
he's not.
Yes, Lord. Yes. Yes, Lord. Excellent.
Are you gonna? Do you know how to do the troll priest for denial?
Yes, Doctor.
The inner fire denial?
Yeah, I stand inside of him. Can I do that already now?
No, you don't stand inside on this side. This one, it's behind him. You can do it already, yeah. Windwalk. Get circlet. Stand directly behind him. Put grunt 500 distance nearby. About there. Stand behind the inner fire on the bottom right. Bottom right. Bottom right. Bottom right. Not inside. Not inside. Outside. Bottom right. Outside. Now attack him. Bring in the grunt. Yeah, there we go. No inner fire. Yeah, baby.
Oh, where's he going?
Yeah, that's even better. Ogre isn't hitting you. You did the perfect form. Because he's ensnared the grunt, he's not a valid attack target. You did it even better than you could dream.
Yes. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. What do you want?
Do I get a dust here or no?
No. He might be farce here. No, don't heal self.
Oh, too late.
It's okay. What I would do is pull back the blade when he's half life, start solving him, and rely on the grunt and post solve him.
Excellent choice.
This is also fine. Okay, go out.
Yes, I am yours.
I think you can try to go to his base. You could creep more, but let's try to do peon harass so you know what that feels like. Because heal solve wise on the blade, the way that you did it now, you don't have anything to creep. You couldn't go for the Murloc camp in front of you because you windwalk now and go to his worker line. Put your grunts in a different control group,
Master.
but keep them close. Start hitting peons. You're just gonna screw with his economy.
Haste him under attack. What do you want? Huh? Yes. Zug zug. Master.
You can bring in grunts too and hit buildings that are safe, like his altar or whatever.
Oh.
Keep the grunts near. Put both grunts in all in the same group, all 3 grunts.
What do you want?
Try to stand outside of range of the left burrow.
Yes.
Okay, try to hit the heal solve in between hits from him and then windwalk into it without getting it cancelled.
Are you hero and obey?
Yeah, heal solve out of range. No, yeah. Windwalk. Okay, stay near and focus on cancelling buildings. Make your own tech and try to create as big of a disparity between your tech buildings and his. Check where they are, keep the grunts nearby so that you can hit tech buildings that are outside of range. If it's inside, the blade takes care of it. If it's outside, the grunts take care of it. Kill more peons. Make also your second tier 2 building, did you?
No, I went this first. I shouldn't.
Are you gonna tier 3 or boostery? Boostery is fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, shadow is coming. How far is your shadow? How late was your shadow?
There's like
a little
5
bit.
seconds.
Yeah, then his might be almost out. Be careful. Solve into windwalk again. Okay, keep checking where his tech is. His blade might be level 3, so send your grunts home and start creeping with your shadow. Get a nice timing 4th burrow, so that you can do a 50-foot timing attack when he's 40. You can get 2 raiders, 3 walkers when he's not anywhere near that. That's your win con. Get your shadow to 3, get your Kodo and 2-3 walkers out. And because he'll be higher blade, but he has no windwalk, so you can creep undisturbed.
I piss off now, right?
Yeah, piss off and try to fit in a heal solve, and then windwalk. Okay. You don't have to ever get dust because he hasn't got. Yeah. Oh, you might die. This is okay. Try to keep running. Actually, you can speed scroll if he was looking to catch you. Start creeping this fast. Hex the overseer. Kill the poison guys first. Shift click both so you don't need to look back. Okay. Start making tech units. And get your burrow whenever you can. Don't waste more money with blades on the shop. Rejoin your shadow out of safety, just in case he's shoving his whole army here. Second hex is unnecessary.
Okay, so
That's
you
fine.
don't want me to finish this?
Yeah, no, finish it. You just
Okay.
don't hex it twice. It's
Okay.
too much mana. Okay, he's going full in. Get ready to repair. Heal up with your shadow. Yeah, do finish it. Get more peons ready to repair the burrow. This is a very serious attack. Blade needs to take less damage. Heal up with your shadow, take the item. Heal the grunts. Okay, target down the snakes with the burrows. Your blade is not attacking. Go home with your shadow. Windwalk your blade and give him a heal solve. Keep targeting down snakes. Protect the 2 peons that are low, put them in. Take out others to repair. Focus anything but the blade. Kill grunts.
No, I was hoping I
Okay.
could take him out.
Immediately back to work. Stop repairing, you don't need it full. Creep the laboratory. Go, go, you're standing still, it's horrible. Go creep the laboratory. To the left. Attack, move with the peon on the tree. Attack click the peon. And then attack the one to the left of that too with shift click. Yeah. Okay, creep this. Give the ring of protection to the blade. You don't do this enough, like sometimes you have like talisman on the shadow or whatever. Get a Kodo beast. Even though you don't have ensnare, Kodo is better now. Focus on getting Shadow level up. That has to be on Shadow, the Wand of Mana Steel. Do it in quiet moments of the game so that you don't mess around later. Next, you're going to get Heal Scroll. You're going to get a second Kodo. You're not going to get Ensnare right now. And you also want to get Walkers and Walker with...
One more grunt or no?
No. Never. Walkers and Kodos. Get his Heal Scroll. Okay, go. Defend. Bring Blade back. Morph the Walker. Link. Fight. Attack. His Shadow. His Shadow is looking funny.
Okay.
Kill the snakes. With the burrows. Your Kodo's dying to snakes. Make more Kodo. Link, you're not linked. Mana Steel.
What else my god?
He only has grunts, right? So you don't want to just have a straight up fight. Heal self. You have heal self on Shadow. Make a grunt. Make grunt. Since you have no lumber. Are you making walkers?
Yeah.
Okay. Morph the walker. Careful, blade. That's the real blade. The one that has 30%. Chop, burrow. Gather lumber. If you could get heal scroll. Probably not.
Direct my blade.
Heal scroll would be good. See if you can. You kind of need heal scroll. You're not linked. Oh, he got both. In such cases, you can buy protection. It's like a little bit the same. Try to target down the snakes with Shadow. Hit blade. Turn around. Link if you can. Repair the racks. Make Kodo. If you can get a shot, it's still remotely winnable. You have drums, you have Link. Use a Link. Try to get a shot somewhere. Not in vision. Yeah, good. Okay, you don't need that many more peons. One more is okay.
This idiot is stuck.
It's a little bit the locations, right? Can make a Rax again. Okay, there's another heal scroll in the shop. See if you can get it.
This one?
Yeah. You have a higher quality army and a higher shadow. So your most important goals are to kill the snakes. Yeah, buy it. Come back. Kill the snakes with ranged and eat things with Kodo. Those are your main goals. He's free. Put them in the burrow so that you can get past. Okay. Heal wave your blade one more time. And now go to the middle of the map. Creep the Overlord. You have to take some risks, right? You cannot... get double clarity before you go, yeah. Remember to eat well, to be linked. Get Walker and Walker upgrade. Check if he's doing middle. Yeah, pull it towards you. Hit it once and pull it. Get the Walker upgrade. Start creeping it not too far so he doesn't go home. Creep it now. Try to dodge Shockwave on your shadow so he doesn't cancel. Oh, you don't have clarity yet. Okay. Clarity now. Go over burrow capacity. Keep creeping this. Give auras always to shadow, otherwise you lose it when he wind walks.
Did not know that.
Do you have Walker upgrade yet?
It's on the way.
You have to assume he's going to be 60 food, so you need to go over pretty soon too. Your Walker's taking piercing damage. Heal wave, heal wave. Go home. Remember to eat and link everything up. And make a unit. You can make a grunt. Make a new shop. If everything is linked, you're okay. If everything is linked, you're okay. Eat. He's 60 pop, only grunts, no link. Don't attack heroes. Kill units one by one. Heal scroll. Try to speed scroll your Kodos away. Your walkers are blocking your own Kodos. Take a shadow down. Okay, take him down post invul. Make a burrow. Send peons into battle. Focus shadow. He has no link. Focus shadow. Not with everything. Kill Tauren with walkers, with blades on the shadow. Link up. When you're ensnared, fight back, then run again. Take down his shadow. Kite the torrents. You don't want to stand still and kite. Go back to your shop. Mana pot. Send everything back. Your Kodo. Don't get hit by torrents. Keep kiting. Your blade. Windwalk. Kill shadow. Morph your walkers. Go back. Alright. Okay, GG. It's over. It's a micro issue.
Yeah.
Big micro issue. And building location. Building location is very... by the way, nice try.
You want to watch or no? You want to watch?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first, can I show you a little bit the building location, what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
You can... I'll stream it to you. Create game, Frozen Throne. Yeah, it's you're partially denying yourself a good defense because of poor building placement, and partially due to well, that's actually a pretty big part of it, and it's a relatively common enough theme to need to address it. So the start is fine. You're doing this, and then you're doing this.
I'm not seeing nothing yet.
Am I not streaming it to you via Discord? I am. You didn't look at it yet.
No, I did. It doesn't show up for me.
Really? It should. If you click on it and then zoom out and look at the proper screen, because you're probably looking at my webcam.
There you go. Yeah, I got it now.
Okay. So you're doing altar, burrow, racks, and then you're doing burrow. And this part is all fine, but we haven't really delved much into follow-up build location.
Yeah.
And it shows. So you're building your shop to the equivalent of here.
Yeah.
Which means there's no travel between. This is also an option.
Okay.
This creates a long shape in front of which you cannot pass over different sides of your own base either. You don't have a safe path. You must go deep in order to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You're creating a split in your own base. This allows some travel. So keep that in mind, that this is not a definitive. This is an option. This is option number 2. I see you do this. I think it's better for burrow defense because someone must commit a unit that can then get surrounded on this side. And the same thing is true here. But it's worse for your own maneuverability. I don't mind how you do it, just that you're aware of it. So your shop is there. And then what you can do is, if you just build your bestiary here and your totem here, you will never have those problems that you just had. Bestiary and Great Hall do not form a full wall. This allows free passage of heroes.
There's one spot in between, or it's...
No, it's completely touching. So you can't do this.
Yeah.
You can do this, and that's what I did here. See?
Okay, yeah, understood.
You see how there's a red line from the Great Hall?
Yeah.
So even when you touch it the hardest, the bestiary in the Great Hall, a Kodo can come out and will always be fine. And he can even go between. It's not like an Archon in a Zealot wall in SC2.
Okay.
And so part of your problem stemmed from the fact that you touched the closest part of the forest with a bestiary, which could then get stuck. You messed around a bit with a burrow. Whenever you build burrows against the trees, this is fine, but try to avoid cubby holes like this, which might have as a risk that the peon gets blocked. It is particularly pernicious for cubby holes south of burrows, as the default finishing location for a peon is bottom left.
Okay.
So this one is a cubby hole, but it's fine because stand down location and construction finish are bottom left. But you cannot have a cubby hole to the bottom because then your peon will get stuck just like it did right here.
Yep.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. So try not to forest walk the bestiary, the totem, and southern burrows.
At Torrent Totem, if I can't make it touch the Great Hall, right?
Yeah, correct. Only Burrow and Warmill form hero blocking walls. Burrow and Warmill are the only full walls against the Great Hall.
Okay.
Can't go.
Yeah.
Okay. Then when you are defending against the Orc player, first, and don't build your second burrow. I see this is something you do in every matchup.
Yeah.
The reason we have one burrow here is to be part of the first 5 minutes of the game front wall off. It is also an advanced defender against tower rushes. It helps poke against people that would see harm to your shop. But the third burrow going here is not actually a good habit because it offers too much vulnerability under too easy access. I've seen chat told you stop building a burrow too far in front. Maybe this is too far in front. Maybe this is the safe version. Because keep in mind, it doesn't need to be here. It can be here, it can be here, it can be here, it can be here. All of this is a wall off together with racks.
Yeah.
Right? And while maybe it's true that if you built it here, it is a little daring, right? A little avant-garde. And this being the more conservative, I don't mind if you build it here or here. It has its own advantages and disadvantages. But the second burrow makes it an amazing value proposition for harass. So the third burrow is actually here.
Okay.
Either here, touching, or here, one gap, or here, two gap. It's all fine. It all has its own pros and cons. If this burrow is touching your Great Hall, then it's actually a full wall off.
Yep.
And then you must have minimum 2 gap here so that your hero can go. But if your second burrow is floating with 1 gap, then you are allowed to touch 1 gap or 2 gap above it. Of course, you can also make your third burrow here, like I'm showing, 1, 2, 3. But you do want some kind of unity of defense of your initial burrows because you are still vulnerable to early attacks. You don't have fortified defenses yet. So I don't like ABC, I like ABB.
Okay.
And this is actually copied from Focus, what I'm telling you. ABB is always what Focus does, and Hitman. They never go ABA.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when it comes to defending that fight, it looks like you're not making proper use of your tech units. So basically, the first attack he did is like a brute force donkey attack. Basically, I don't want to say it, Nido style. I mean, he's orc. Like, he came with Blade 3 plus 2 images, 8 grunts or 6 grunts or something. And this is because you denied him tier 2 units.
Yeah.
And so he decided, well, I know it cost you something. I know I'm behind. So I'm just going to shove what I have. And I'm going to do this. And then funnily enough, he went like double totem, tier 3 behind it. And then went to like 8 or 9 grunts. Or maybe he had 1 totem, I don't know. Maybe he had expansion.
Two totem.
He had 2?
Yeah, I saw 2 torrents with the Shadow Hunter at some point.
Yeah, I saw that. But maybe he saved them up at home. I don't know. Did he have an expansion? Did you check?
I didn't check that, no.
Because I almost wonder if he took an expo with how many units he had.
Yeah.
And his blade was missing. He was probably taking the expansion. You can check it out now.
Quick look.
But he did a brute force attack. And you were high level shadow, you had higher tech units, but your Kodos were always stuck. So those Kodos didn't do anything. Kodos are amazing against 6, 7, 8 grunts. But you have to get it out of your base and eat a unit.
Yeah. Yeah,
So you would have a Kodo stuck here, and then it was dying to 2 snakes from here. And the burrow actually will never attack the serpent wards unless there's absolutely nothing in range. So you could have done burrow, attack the 2 serpent wards with shift click, and then and then look again. Oh, there's a new one. Attack that. That's what should be happening. And the Kodo should never stay here. It must get out and eat, because he hasn't even got ensnare. He hasn't got hex, so you can eat anything you like.
Yeah.
First order of priority when you're getting rushed, and we kind of dealt with this when you get tower rushed. This was not a tower, but it actually had the same idea as a tower rush. First order of prio is don't let the shop die. If it does, immediately send a peon out of vision, build another shop.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, he goes over there and he loses some time.
Exactly, and then you get to clear up all the snakes. You get to move your army out of your base.
Yeah.
You get to reposition. You get to fix your peons, fix the burrows, keep only one and gather some lumber again. So, and then you make another shop right over here while he goes for that one. All right. Walkers, they come out, instantly use Spirit Walk. Instantly use Spirit Link and make them corporeal. They do 21 to 23 damage. That's 45 damage a pop against grunts. Or they could be randomly auto-attacking an image and do nothing for like a minute. So there's a huge amount of profit to be won by making sure your walkers are attacking the right thing. Either they do nothing at all for a minute, or they're killing a grunt in a minute by themselves. Make sure to link your peons. Do you know how link behavior works?
Yeah, you explained it.
Okay, so it links 4. It spreads the same as Chain Lightning, which is that it will go to a unit and then search the next nearest and the next and the next. So that peon was nearest. The nearest to the code is the blade. 2 peons were nearest. So definitely link right away. Now, in terms of sheer damage output, grunts still had more damage and health than what you had. But he cannot prevent single target damage because he has no link, whereas you can. So your goal is to get heal wave out so that you can heal all your units, which after 2 minutes will be like deep red. But you shouldn't be losing any units. You should especially not be taking any damage on units that are not linked, right? So that everyone can benefit. Try to involve as many of your peons in the link. And if the fight ever moves away from the burrow, take your peons out of the burrow and also fight with them. Link them and also fight with them. Then if you have Blade 3, you can just right click on his shadow. When you do, he has to run. You clear all the snakes and then he only has grunts. And then you can put something tanky in front. You should like use chokes, but you do want to make sure everything can hit. The way you were fighting was like, he's got all these grunts all around you. You're getting hit from every side and you're not specifically target firing anything. So you were like weaving in with all his grunts. There was a little bit of everything everywhere. Whereas actually you should be like this. Like you hit one grunt and you kite it all back. And then his grunts are like trying to chase your blade. And then you're doing this. This is how it should be going, where not every grunt, but you gave him maximum surface area. Maybe you can take, because I think you can win that fight as long as you just kill the snakes, make sure everything is linked, and then target down one by one grunt. More target fire.
Yeah. That makes sense. Question about the peon harass that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Do I just kind of give up my hero when I make that type of move?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, theoretically, can't he just lock me in?
It depends on the amount of damage he brings. So he doesn't have Windwalk. And so you need to keep your eye out to see if he's bringing a peon in for the block with the war mill. And if he is, if you immediately send your blade there and you do not get engaged to whatever it is you're doing right now, and you make it your priority to break out, then you can get out with no problem. But if you greed and you finish this 20% bestiary, then by that time the war mill will be 40%, and then you can't get out anymore. And then indeed it's a forfeit. It's better never to forfeit him, though given enough damage, sometimes it can still be worth it. But that should only happen with a level 1 blade, generally. Level 2 plus, don't want to sacrifice it ever.
Work complete.
Now, you should remember what you've achieved and also what he has not lost. So usually with that tactic, actually, I don't go for the lumber peons. I go for the gold peons.
Yeah, it's more important.
Yeah. So you went for lumber peons. You got 1, then maybe you got 2. You stopped lumber mining. But none of it matters because you're also canceling his tier 2 buildings. So even if he had 1,000 lumber, you're still canceling his tier 2 buildings.
Yeah.
And lumber's only purpose is to make tier 2 buildings. So you're there partially to guard against tier 2 building creation. And you're there to, ideally, slow down his gold, not his lumber. So you park your blade, especially good if it's level 3 blade, very strong technique. But even if it's level 2 with a bunch of items like you had now, you park your blade inside the gold peons, and you force those to start rotating. He has to bring in lumber peons to replace the gold peons. He has to put
so
the
he
gold
loses
peon
both
on
resources anyway.
Yeah, exactly. There will be a targeting issue where the low peon goes into the mine, but it's still better than going for lumber peons, generally. There are lumber deprivation strategies, and that can work. It is especially good if you go for peons when you have like a bit more damage and you can kill a lot of the lumber peons, and then the game goes on and it's not ending. I was actually surprised he was going for like the grunt snake rush. Usually this wouldn't happen at higher level, but it shows it's correct for him to do it here since it worked.
Yeah, that's true. As long as it wins, it's good.
Yeah. When you were creeping the Null Overseer,
Yeah.
you could have, I guess, decided to let it go, but you were pretty close to getting it. Usually, by the way, do you have all your lumber peons on a control group?
No, not yet.
Okay, I feel like it's very valuable. When you see him coming, the moment you see Blade with Image and Grunt and Snakes, if you immediately tap all your lumber peons and you move beyond your first burrow and you self-surround it, then you put them on auto repair.
Yeah. And you
then
self-surround just by using move hotkey on the burrow.
Yeah, no, move past it. So move outside of its range.
You move past it and then...
Yeah, like if you can get there before he gets like the melee surround from the outside.
Yeah.
If he's already blocked both exits of the burrow, the barracks exit and the Great Hall exit, and you try to move past, they're going to go the wrong direction.
Yeah, understood.
Right, stand down to self-surround it, put some in, stand down. The next peons walk up. The stand down peons will then spawn elsewhere than where the new peons that arrive are. Because they, like when you put peons, when you do battle stations, or let's say when you put some peons in the burrow, 2 new peons can come on both sides of the burrow, and then you can vacate the burrow, and then you have 4 peons surrounded. Even though if they just walked up, you would only have 2 surface area. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you realize that you can out repair correctly, and then you can start like putting in 2 peons in each burrow, maybe in the third one, and then you can try to start targeting down a single unit, because mostly your burrows are just free firing, but you got to try and use them like headhunters.
Do you have them on a hotkey, the burrows?
I do not. I'll just control left click them, or double click.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Next one.
Maybe simulate previous lost game for him. I think that's not a bad idea. But we won't face it so often, so I do think there's value in it, but let's get a different experience.
I do like different experiences.
But anytime you do want that, it's like, can I face that exact thing again? I can simulate it for you.
Okay,
It's up
that's
to you.
sick. Yeah, it's a good tool.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yeah.
Nice idea, Carter QZ.
Got a human on less refuge.
Oh, good. Which one do you want to do? Which of the 3 methods?
What do you mean, which of the 3 methods?
Which of the 3 methods do you want to use to counter human, last refuge, priest? Blade first, Farseer creeping, or Peon, priest purchase denial?
I'm down for Farseer creeping.
Okay, let's do Farseer creeping.
Sharing my screen. You got it?
Yeah, 1 sec. Did on-screen chat die? Yeah, I think it did. Did he pause?
Yeah, he paused.
Okay. Yeah, I think on-screen chat died. Let me see if I can reload it. Huh. It looks like all of my stream elements died, actually. One second. Just trouble solving this for a sec. If I
No
can.
problem.
He's paused anyway. Yeah, it's not working right now. Stream crashed for me for 15 secs. Huh. Alright, cool. Well, let's focus on this. Oh, I know this guy. Oh, man.
Do you like him?
No. He always spams his Twitch link. He's been banned a couple of times for advertising on my channel. I unbanned him once if he won, but he didn't, but I unbanned him anyway. And then all he does is spam his Twitch link. He's probably listening right now, but anyway, maybe he's not. All right, he's human. Cool. So you're going far here, and you are going to creep in order to try and deny his priest value. In order to know what's going on, we do need to know if he did do the mercenary camp or not,
Yeah.
in my opinion. What we're gonna do is we're gonna walk over to creep our own 3-3.
Ready to work.
Or what?
It's the green camp right next to your base. 3-3-3. So by that I mean the levels. The moment you memorize all the levels of different creeps, then we can use this as a identifier which creep camps they are. The nearest creep camp to your right, which is just outside your screen, is the 3-3-3.
Okay.
They are all level 3. And then the camp above that, the green camp above it, which is the Murloc with the poison, if you remember. Let's make
Yeah, Murloc, two Murloc walkers.
yeah, let's make Voodoo Lounge.
Are you
after
sure?
After the Grant. Not yet. Grant and then Voodoo Lounge. So now, and make it not killable easily. Near burrows.
More gold.
Yeah.
Work.
Okay. So that's our last peon. We're gonna creep the 3-3-3. And then we're gonna creep the 2-4-3. Which is the Troll Priest level 4.
This
Ping
one.
where, yeah, you can ping it too. Alt G left click or Alt left click on the minimap. Yeah.
Eyes are
Okay, grip this. Make sure your grunt doesn't get ensnared too far away. Okay, this is fine. Attack at 190. Attack. Don't let the wolf die. It's very bad if it dies.
It died.
You can auto attack your own Farseer with the wolf.
Okay. I tried to go for the other wolf.
Do it now. And attack your grunt on your own Farseer too. Both of them at the same time. Otherwise, your grunt will get attacked. Yeah, that's it. Make burrow. And go get speed scroll. Make summon wolves. Get speed scroll and go to the troll. Clarity speed scroll. Okay, go get the troll 4.
my eyes are open. Destiny awaits.
Not this. The troll 4. The 2-3-2. The 2-3-4. Okay.
Watch out.
Creep this, and let one of your wolves attack another troll that's not the healer. And don't let that wolf die. Okay. Okay, now scout him with the low wolf. Just check if he's expanding with the low wolf. Get the item, make another burrow. I think your grunt is under attack. Okay. Check if he's expanding. Start walking towards him. Yeah, okay. Summon wolves, clarity, clarity. Crystal bolt, find the priest. Okay, don't use wolves. Send wolves on the left. Wolves, one control group, grunts and yeah. The moment you see the Farseer, auto attack it. I mean the priest. With speed scroll.
Oh.
But not quite like that.
My eyes are open. Of course.
Okay, go find the priest with the Farseer.
You need my counsel.
Do I keep the grunt away or?
Yeah, he's too low now.
My eyes are open.
Send in the wolves.
Work complete. Yes.
Wolves to the peasants.
My eyes are open. Strike.
Chain it. Chain it, chain it, chain it. Run, run. Wolves in on the peasants. Wolf and grunt on the peasants. Go heals off.
Master.
Don't let your grunt get surrounded. Don't let your grunt get surrounded.
He got surrounded.
Yeah, hit the peasant, hit the peasant. Alright, at least we've done it once. This is what we want to do, but just better. And now that you know the full game plan.
And what's next?
Bestiary, Lodge.
My eyes are open.
That's fine, that's fine. Shamans can't get stuck.
Something you're doing. Can't build there. Work.
Heals off.
Watch out.
Okay, your goal now is to always be aware where he is. And to engage with him. And maybe you can go for peasants. Your TC is going to come out, get shockwave first. Your goal is to play as pressure as possible. Don't creep, only deny him creep jack, and kill his peasants. You can just head towards his... No, we don't need to worry about that right side shop. He's not there. Bring your wolf. He's going to have another priest, he's going to have berserker. Deal with that. Check the merc camp. That kind of thing. Yeah, just fight, chain lightning, kill priest if you can. Obviously, we want good trades. This is not so good. We're gonna get heal solve, clarity, speed scroll. Carry your grunt doesn't get surrounded. Okay, heal solve this, and make sure you get raider shaman. So these are bad damage trades. And no, it's shockwave actually. I said shockwave.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
okay.
did. Yeah.
It's fine. Make units.
Look out. My eyes are
Not a burrow?
Yeah. So we want to see how many units he's making, right? At the moment, it's mostly elementals that are kicking our ass, and this is not the trade we can actually do. So it's just about patience. Get ensnare, and then every ensnare is a kill. He will still have more damage, but you have control. Once shamans come out, you can start working on your hero levels. Summon wolves, use war stamp and speed scroll. You can war stamp on his priests, right? If you have speed scroll, but you're getting hit too much before you actually move in. You either move in or out. We don't dance like this. Okay, heal pot. You have to do follow-up attacks with Farseer though if you do that with chain lightning. Okay, I'm just gonna let you micro for a bit, okay? Make units and micro and defend. You do better when I don't talk.
my eyes are watch out.
Command. Yes. How can I help?
Away.
Say the word. Yes. Earth and fire. Yes, Lord. Need something.
My eyes are open.
How can I help?
That should have been a snare
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
Yes, Ethan. Ready to ride.
My counsel. My eyes are open.
Stand ready. Yes, chieftain. I stand ready. Rush.
Destiny away. Destiny.
Say the word.
He's gonna hit Farseer.
Need something.
My counsel.
Direct.
My eyes are
How can I help?
He's believing.
Yeah. Direct.
My eyes
Something. Yes. Say the word. Yes. What do you want?
He's believing.
How can I help? Understood.
My counsel.
If he only has 1 tower, you can break through a bit. If he has 3, you can't, but at least you know more. You can also crystal ball his main. Check how many towers he has. His expo. You don't know. Only 1 tower.
Try.
Make units from every building you have.
My eyes are open.
Okay, it's rifles. Care for the shamans. Every bolt is a kill.
My eyes are open. I see. He's believing.
Say the word. My light is ready to rise. I need something. Yes.
Need my counsel.
Need something.
Watch out.
Yes, chieftain.
He's believing.
Say the word. Yes.
Destiny awaits.
Because you have more control, your win con here would be to kill units without losing them. So to use ensnare to kill a unit, but not lose any units. So be aware that he's now bolt focusing shamans. Nice. Try to kill units and not lose any. Golem offers him control, so that must be focused. Keep making units, any unit, and keep your shamans safe. They do very little damage. First stab kills a priest. The shamans need to be hovered in the back like High Templars. Getting some good kills. Keep producing. Check his items on Archmage MK. Okay, his heal pot on AM. Careful for your shamans. Wolves. Kill priest. Shaman upgrade if you can fit it in normally.
Nice. For that, no?
Yeah.
Nice.
You could try to do hit and run expo and so on, but I don't feel like it's as valuable as what I'm about to show you. GG, nice try.
This was very nice.
I think it is nice. I think it's a good experience to have.
It was so good. It makes so
But-
much sense. It is just like the elf game.
Which elf game?
The one we played last week.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've been able to. I mean, you understood some of the pattern, but the execution couldn't quite be there yet.
No, it was
right?
terrible. But I I understand what you wanted to do. I never played like this before.
Oh, didn't you?
No, not like this. I kind of played like this when I play. Sometimes I played double bestiary when they expanded, and then I would have a lot of control. But even then, I would often be more focused on just I would creep a lot more still. Like kind of close by, but it's different.
Let me show you something. The reason I like you, I know some chatters are going to feel uncomfortable about this because, we lost, which usually we don't feel that bad about losing, right? We can admit something is terrible and know we could do better next time.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing wrong with losing and failure. It's only about steps. So this is our first step towards a Farseer do not immediately harass style against human. And you've seen the follow-up steps a bit, even if the execution was still not there yet. But now, because we've had this experience, we can compare it to some replays. And I want to compare it to something. I'm trying to find it, sorry. Are you seeing my stream? Am I streaming it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There was one game. It might be this one. No, it's not this. Chat, we recently saw one where a dude went on Last Refuge and he went for Shockwave Rush.
I also didn't get Shockwave. I never built the Shockwave first, I think. Maybe once I did it.
Yeah. So this is a pretty comparable replay. Lin against Fortitude.
Yeah. I also didn't play Headhunters. I just forgot about that.
That's true, but that's fine. It can be with Headhunter, with Grunt.
Yeah.
But I do think Headhunters are super trending. Okay, look. He's trying to get his Farseer to get hit by minimum one Trapper. Trapper does less damage on heroes, so he wants to be hit by at least one. The other trappers are splitting attacks between wolves, so it's very important not to lose wolves. Keep in mind, a wolf DPS is higher than a ghoul. Yeah. It's like losing a ghoul worth of creeping speed. So this was pretty efficient. He took 75 damage, 100 damage on his Farseer. He actually should resummon already. It looks like he wants to use the residual wolves to begin creeping and then resummon. Also knowing one might get ensnared. But actually, the way you did it is better. It's better if he resummoned here. Anyway, human shows up, decided not to actually go for fast expo. He did the double farm tech, but still with priest. And Lin is instantly forced to pull back and not use wolves anymore, which sucks.
Yeah.
Still gets 20 XP. And so it's good for you to know that this is possible. He did the pull, but then only hired the priest and didn't creep it.
Yeah.
And then he's just trying to be happy and avoid the human because wolf connection with priest is cringe.
Yeah.
And he's pulled back again. And he tried to do the chain lightning auto attack on it. Sorry, my replay speed alternation made it a bit unclear.
Yeah.
He didn't succeed.
How much does the chain lightning actually do? I have no clue.
85.
85.
On the first target. And then 10% less on each subsequent target. So 85, he's 240. He needs to be exactly 1/3 health bar for that to be a kill.
Okay.
Like here or something. So the rest of this doesn't matter too much. I was actually looking for... Is it fly? No. We just saw this. Is it focus? No. This is Sock, not Fortitude? Yeah. Where did I put the replay? There was a really good one where the orc... Maybe we can do the following. I think it's important. Do we have any human of about 2k MMR in chat? Guti... Guti Swe or Trainee... Because this is a major theme for today. Can you lower the number by about 1900? This is a major theme, like the Tier 1 Expo. We can just try it again, since you've done it now once.
Yeah.
I think it's also okay. But let me just describe how the game is going to go in your mind. Farseer, with or without Voodoo Lounge, find the priest, auto-attack it, but while kiting in a circle around, away from the Archmage. So you don't go through 3-4 footies and a Water Elemental, but you go around. And if you can't get around without getting hit too much, then you don't do it.
I can also send a grunt on this guy, right?
Yeah, grunt as well, but not through the footman and archmage and water elemental, but around.
Yeah.
You can never go through melee units like this.
Yeah.
Right. Then the wolves, I asked you to control group them alone on the left. They are to go for the peasants. But when there's not enough time to describe it accurately, right? So here's what happens. He keeps his priest behind his army.
On the right side.
On the right side, and his peasants are on the left. Actually, look at my stream for a bit.
I am.
Okay.
Oh, you mean your stream, not the Discord stream?
Yeah, my stream.
Okay.
So what was happening is Troll Priest is over here. This was his army.
I got 46 seconds of ads.
Oh no.
Seeing a lady eat a bird. Oh, it's back. It's back. We're good.
Okay, cool. This was his town hall. So this is like town hall. These are his peasants. These are your wolves. Then you've got AM plus footies. And then you've got Troll Priest, right?
Wait, I think I'm behind. Give me a second. Maybe I need to refresh your stream. Oh, yeah,
That might
okay.
be it.
Yeah. Okay, now we go. Yeah.
So this was the situation.
Yeah.
And this is control group 2. And this is control 1. And you need to do that fast, right? Of course, you didn't know the plan, so you can't. But next time, do it fast when you're against human. Make sure that it's grouped like this. And then you're looking for an angle on this troll priest.
Yeah.
But not through him. So the only way that you actually want to do that is like this, right?
Yeah. Seems clear.
Don't get hit. Now, because he's in a defensive position, we are now going to send in the wolves ASAP. You know that wolves are duration 60 seconds
Yeah.
and CD 30 seconds?
I didn't know that, but I knew it was shorter.
Yeah, so once they are exactly 50% timed life or below, you have the power to resummon to deny XP.
Yeah.
So that's why they wait a bit, and then you send them in, so you got that option, because we want to avoid AM3, and every wolf gets him closer to it.
Yeah.
And so you send in the wolves, you start going on peasants. The moment you see the priest coming, which, by the way, you could use Crystal Ball for if you wanted to, but you can also just see it because it's daytime. The moment you see him coming, you could send the wolves away again. So you don't want to resummon per se, send them away. But now, as you see the priest going, you can send in your Farseer and try to ambush the priest as well.
Yeah, cut to the left. Yeah.
Yeah. And if he guards that with the Archmage, then and he walks his Archmage to the left, then you actually gain the ability to move to this area and occupy this space, which gets you a couple of free hits on every new footman that comes from his base. And it also gives you an angle to attack his peasants yourself with Farseer.
Yeah.
You can try to get to them, or maybe you can get an angle on his Troll Priest, which is now over here. And then the moment he chases you down, you can either yield back into the direction of his main, which does have a small militia surround risk, or you can try to squeeze back down here again on the right side and go back to where you were. But it's basically a dance where you get hit as little as possible, try to find an angle on both the peasants and on the priest.
Yeah.
The moment that you get a bunch of auto attacks on the priest and you could do a chain lightning and you kill it, you suddenly gain a lot more space. If you don't get it, you would have to brute force spam wolves until he runs out of mana, which is not super nice.
No.
Right? But we want to do this as quickly as possible, because while the town hall is like 15% and below, you can still cancel it via brute force, provided wolves are allowed to remain alive. And we've done that once before, if you remember. Yeah. So that's kind of the dance that we're looking for. Now, after it gets to this point, you actually see that he has more DPS with the water elementals and the trolls and stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason we still want to keep contact is because if we lose contact, he will creep something else, get level 3, and then he'll go straight to your base. and start fucking shit up.
Yeah, seriously.
You will be low from creeping. You happen to not have heal solve. Generally, you don't. The Voodoo Lounge was an extra addition I added to make it easier for you to kill the priest, so that you can speed scroll focus fire with your Farseer Grunt, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Right? Normally, sometimes you do it without shop, but you try to do the same thing. That's what Lynn did, but he also didn't get the priest.
Yeah.
So you can't let him disappear, but you also can't fight him straight on. This is a common theme in WarCraft 3. He's too strong for you, but he's too strong to ignore.
Yeah.
And you also can't creep very near him because his influence area is this big. So if you start creeping, he might creepjack you. Again, catastrophic. The only weakness is the peasants. And that's also what we need to address to slow up the follow-up. Because we did 0 eco damage, MK comes out at a very nice time. He gets rifles and double sanctum. He only needed 1 arcane tower and maybe nothing at home or 1 arcane. And he could go straight to phase 2 without us slowing down phase 1.
Yeah.
Shamans are High Templars. They're going to get focused by Bolt, by Rifle, by Water Elemental, by Archmage. Their damage is very low. They have an attack speed of 2, which means 1 attack every 2 seconds. 10.5 DPS. It's not a lot. Their range is 600, which means they're as far away as a Farseer, but their health is like 330 HP, so they're barely any better than a Troll Priest.
I purge and piss off, right?
Yeah, Purge and Piss Off. Also, Purge, level 1 Ellie, needs 2 hits, and it's better to do 2 hits
Then
then
purge.
purge
Yeah.
than to purge and then leave.
Yeah.
Level 2 Ellie needs 2 purges. If you have 1, don't do it.
Okay.
Purge and Piss Off. And also, wait till he bolts something, then dare to purge. Otherwise, you will trade an Ellie for a Shaman.
Yeah.
Let him
yeah.
bolt your Grunt, let him bolt your TC, something that doesn't immediately die. Anytime you're running, they act like a predator and they bolt whatever they can get, even the least attractive thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's very different than how I use him.
Yeah. Yeah, your Shamans just stand there as a free target, and we lost too many. Right?
Yeah, we lost like 6.
Yeah, exactly. And then the way that the rest of the game goes is you will get Farseer level 3,
Yeah.
FS3, TC1 with Shockwave, then you get TC2, then you have 3 Shamans with Adept, you have 2 Raiders with Ensnare, maybe 3. Maybe you still have 1, 2, 3 Grunts. You're maybe at 43 out of 51. You've killed a bunch of things. That's when you go clear Expo and take Expo.
Yeah.
And you can
Or
even-
if my early game goes very well, then I can do it earlier.
Yeah, correct. You can do it earlier. Anytime you can, but you must be able to protect it with
Yeah.
Raiders and with Shamans.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just end at killing units. Like an average result might be kill 5 to 7 footies, 2 mercs, 4 Ellies, maybe a hero, force a TP. This is very realistic. And so to have anything a lot less than that while losing this much, not acceptable. And also we would like anywhere from 2 to 5 peasants,
Yeah.
not 0. 0 peasants is loss.
Okay.
And we need to, one more reason why we need to connect with him, besides he's going to hurt us if we don't, is we need to see how many footies he's making, because there's a huge range of what he can do. He could go 6 footies into nothing, into Griffins, 3 Aviary,
Yeah.
or he could do 12 footies into 5 Trolls, 1 Mauler, and a Mud Golem. And it's the same as forcing a Zerg to make something than just drones.
Yeah.
And it's to push back creep tumors and stuff. We're going to be there in order to be aware and to force more responses. This is going to slow down the rest. This is all free food for us once we have all this.
Okay.
And you can, and also towers. We need to know how many towers on Expo. So if he has 1 arcane, that is like 3 shamans, which have magic damage, double damage against tower, right? TC opens with Shockwave, which is 70 damage, and also hits the peasants behind. You do a CL, which is 85, 70, 76, 69, 62 damage or something like that on 4 peasants, hits 4 units. So all his peasants are half life. You're attacking the tower. Your wolves go in. You've got a headhunter, 1 or 2 grunts, a raider. You kill the tower. You leave your wolves. You attack peasants a bit. He comes in. You pull back. You kite. You purge elemental. All this is happening, and then eventually we take expo the moment we can. We start making a mixed army like you're already familiar with, like Grunt HH, Shaman, Kodo,
Yeah.
Wyvern. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
One
Let's go
question.
next.
One question left.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the case of me building headhunters,
Yeah.
I have less gas, lumber, wood.
Yeah.
So do I only get a single tech structure in that case?
You can. I've seen some top Asian orcs skip the lodge sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
One BB, one BE. BB built barracks. You don't have. You're a grid. This is how the Chinese players used to talk.
Yeah,
to
I know. They do
Westerners.
the same in StarCraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. VF, BV. Yeah.
VF factory.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, 1 Rax, 1 Bestiary. If HH open. You can actually skip shamans to a degree. You will, of course, get slowed a lot, but you also have more units.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suggest you experiment and see what you like. I need to experiment too.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
I want
It is
to.
possible.
Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. It is possible sometimes to go 2 tech buildings anyway. You can always remake a peon when you get to the next tier.
Okay.
You can experiment.
I want to play again against this.
Yeah, go. Oh, shall I play it? Or
Yes,
do
if you
wanna-
want to play it, I don't care
Yeah.
who. I just want to fight it.
Yeah. Do you want, let's say, to kind of equate LDK skill? I think it's most useful. Like the guy you just met.
Yeah, I don't mind. Just whatever.
Like, it doesn't have to be 100%, right?
Yeah, but yeah, sure. Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be.
Harstem 1.
Okay.
Poor Harstem thinks he can get 3k. Oh, yo, I hope you don't get any trouble for that. That's my meme, multi-collect.
I would now. 3K is the next goal. After the month, within 3 months, I'll go for 3K.
Are you coaching for fun or money? Money.
We only work for money, actually.
Always for money.
Yeah.
I don't get out of bed if it's not for money.
What do you want? Something you're doing?
I guess we could stay on voice or we could turn it off. I don't mind.
I'll turn it off, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Ready to work. What do you want?
Turn it off too. That way I can talk to you guys freely.
All right. And I can talk to you guys freely.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna beat the ever-living crap out of him. You're gonna make him sweat a little bit.
Something you're doing?
Okay.
What do you want? We need
You're gonna make him sweat a little bit. Oh crap.
Work.
Starting well.
We need more coal. Yes. We
Okay.
need more
We'll
coal.
get him.
We need more coal. Ready to work.
All right.
Yes.
We play Mr. Farseer again.
Something you're doing? Yes.
It's nice that I'm starting to learn the maps a little bit. That actually does help an enormous amount.
Ready to work. Work complete. Yes. Something you're doing?
So what am I gonna see here? I'm gonna see
Work
a...
complete. Work.
Do I see an ogre there? I see a troll. I see... No, 2 trappers and a
Work.
berserker. That's what I see there.
Can't build
That's what I see. Nice. Then my goal is to tank 1 of these idiots with my Farseer. And let's see. Yeah.
Work complete. What do you want?
And tank the other one with one of my wolves. And I don't want to lose any of my wolves for maximum speed, maximum DPS. I'm gonna go for... I do multiple things actually.
Yes. Ready to work. I can do that. Can't build work.
The second one here.
Future is my eyes are open.
It's one of the many builds I have.
My life is fading.
Strike.
My grunt didn't help me one bit, by the way. Absolute prick. Oh,
Watch out.
End up losing him anyway. Solid stuff.
What do you want?
Gonna queue up the next headhunter already, I think. Or can I build my thing first? I think it's headhunter first, if I'm not mistaken.
Work complete.
Destiny.
Yeah, well, the headhunter first, actually.
Look out.
What do you want? Just we need more gold.
Crap, hold on. I don't actually want to attack you, buddy.
My eyes are open.
And of course. Oh, my scalpel is up too. Oh, my grunt is taking so much damage. I didn't even realize.
We need more.
It's not paying attention there.
We need more gold.
This base also looks ugly as can be.
We need more gold.
My eyes are open.
Let's see what Bossman's up to.
More gold.
Destiny. Seeing.
Oh,
You need my counsel. I see.
Just for
my
soon,
counsel.
Master. Yes.
oh, he's not done yet. Oh, you prick!
What you want me to do?
No, no, I can be there.
My eyes are open. Destiny. My eyes are
Just for soon, who you want me to kill? Time for killing. What do you want?
destiny away.
What? Yes. Work complete. What do you want? Double.
Seeing is believing. My eyes are open.
Time to die.
Believing. My eyes are open.
Who you want me to kill? You want me, Master? Look, Tom. Yes. We're under attack.
You need my counsel.
Hand help, Master. Thumbs up.
Seeing is believing. Destiny away.
What you want?
You
Smoke.
need my counsel.
What?
Strike.
What you want? We're under attack.
My eyes are open. You need my counsel. I see. My eyes are open. Of course. Is believing. My eyes are open.
Attack.
Watch out.
Just for soldiers.
Do you need my counsel? Destiny away. It is certain.
Upgrade complete. We need more gold. We need more gold.
My counsel.
So
Yes.
he's done a lot of healing. But he's got a second one of them idiots now.
My eyes are open. My counsel. Watch out.
What you want? Can't build there.
It's some of the worst base building I've done in my life.
Attack.
Counsel. My eyes
Something to doing?
it
Who you
is
want me to
certain.
kill?
Watch out. Look out. Destiny.
Research complete.
It is certain. Do you need my counsel?
I stand ready. What you want me to do?
What the hell?
My eyes
What a freaking high ground, huh?
are destiny away. Of course. You need my counsel. My eyes are
No, I'm stuck.
excellent plan.
No, I should have probably healed my hero, huh? Is this guy real?
Our town is under attack. What you want me to do?
My eyes are open.
We want to hear that. What you want me go?
Of course.
What you want me do? We're under attack. What you want me go? Attack.
No, come on. Why would I walk in there?
My eyes are open. Stand
Oh.
done. Honor guide me.
Is believing.
We're under attack.
Okay.
It is. My eyes are open. I see. My eyes are open. Watch out.
What do you want? Be happy to.
Seeing is believing.
Ready to ride.
It is certain. Of course.
Yes, chieftain.
Do you need my counsel? Watch out.
Need something.
Should have had some semblance of map control, I guess.
Say the word.
I think it's owned.
We're under attack. Can't build it up. Yes. Say the word.
And the game is very over. I guess we could leave. Oh, it's here to go this way.
Is believing.
Hey, surely he knows he's gonna die, right?
What do you want? Under attack.
My counsel.
My base looks like an absolute nightmare.
Yes. Yes. What need something? I stand.
My eyes are
We lost a lot of peons in the way.
destiny away. Watch out. Seeing is believing.
I think this is the only thing we can do now, is try to pray.
Stand ready. Say the word.
Oh. Hello?
Hey, yo. It feels, when I look at how it looks like from your side, it feels so broken. From my side too. Just hiring mercs from the merc camp and everything. Like, what are you supposed to do? Your army is constantly weaker than what I have. I don't have an expansion. That's not fair.
It's crazy. I guess it was bad. First of all, not taking the fat creep was bad. I missed the chain lightning.
Yeah, it has a delay. 0.3 seconds to start casting it from the moment you click it and you're in range and looking at it. And then there's a 0.25 second damage delay after the animation connects.
Okay. So I was too
So
slow
from-
or too early?
From the moment you click it, you have 0.55 seconds until the damage will actually connect the moment you're in range.
Okay.
So the chain lightning showed like it was connecting,
Yeah.
yet you were not credited with the kill, which means that the creature died 0.31 seconds after you gave the command to 0.54 seconds.
Yeah.
At 0.55, you get the credit. And it's the same with Heal Wave. Heal Wave also has a delay.
Yeah. I lost a couple of heroes that way.
Yeah, so you must be sure that there is a quarter second after the animation hits, that there's a quarter second where it doesn't die to other sources.
Okay. My grunt was very low by the time I messed up the creeping a little bit.
Ah.
As in I took like 400 damage. So that's significant. Very significant.
Yeah, that's significant. You do know about the A move retargeting technique?
I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know about it. I just was, it was a rough game, I think.
Do we have any human player that can do a tier 1 expo? So I can show something. You also got busted item. Yeah, Scourge Bone Chimes is insane.
Yeah, that is very good on the Footman.
Very good on Footman. It's very good.
I do like that.
Shouldn't he skip any creeping and come straight to human? Not on Last Refuge with the priest. Let's go next game. Right? Get some different data. What do you think?
Yeah.
And we don't have a human for me to play against to show it.
I'm fine with it. I feel like I got a good understanding of it now, though.
Yeah.
As in at least what I need to do, not
Better than before.
Yeah.
You haven't felt it work yet.
Oh, we got the same feller.
LDK?
Yeah.
Map. Well, that's a good thing. He was probably
Yes, something
maybe waiting.
Oogie, what do you want? Yes, I can do that. Be happy to. Where do you want? Something you're doing?
He might be Quack. But it's okay, it's good practice. Okay, no Mercamp on this map.
Yes, something you're doing? What do you want? What do you want? I can do that.
Yeah, here they often take the...
Yes, something
I don't have game sound.
be happy to. We need more gold. We need more gold.
I can't help that. I don't know how
Okay.
to... Yeah,
You're not are you sharing the Warcraft source or the virtual cam?
the WarCraft source.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
No problem.
What do you want?
Gonna turn on my own Warcraft music.
Yes. Work complete.
You don't have to micro when you have
Plus
5.
5, yeah.
Work complete. Something you're doing?
Probably should have microed that, though.
Yes.
What are you going for? Okay, I see. Yes. He might expand again.
Yeah, I think this time I want to run here, no?
Need more gold.
Or you want to just the same exact scenario?
He's got 2 options. He could Ogre Mage or he could go straight Expo. Some humans on this map go straight Expo with level 1.0 Archmage.
Do you want me to run
so
across the map?
I think you send 1 Wolf to his Expo and Farseer Grunt Wolf to the Ogre. Yeah.
We need more gold.
You can either walk... Actually, I don't think you walk there. It's done by the time you get there. You walk through the middle and you catch his peasants as they come back home.
Here.
Yeah. Exactly.
We need more gold. Work.
There is a strat here where they rush Archmage 3. They take the Ogre Mage and then they get 2 more green camps with AM. And the 3rd green camp, they get it with Militia only as they run across the map. And then they get AM3 before your hero's out. Your 2nd. That's very good. Before your 2nd hero's out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, send it to his main. This it.
My eyes are open.
Okay, kill peasants. Don't get surrounded.
My eyes
Be more standoffish with your Farseer. Farseer Grunt in one group, Wolves in another. Does he have Arcane Tower? You need to know. Okay. Harass peasants a lot. Do not get bolt surrounded out of here, no matter what. Go for the militia peasants. Don't get bolt surrounded. Stay 600-700 range away always. Send wolves in. Stay near. Run! He's getting too near you. Kill the peasant. Resummon. Resummon. Stay away. Send wolves in. Stay away. Stay away. Don't send your wolves in yet. Because they're new, he's gonna get the kill. Kill that and then run out. Make shop in case you get screwed over. Send wolf in. Send wolf in. Kill that peasant. You know he's not expanding, so you know he could be near where you are. Careful, careful. Your hero. Your wolf knows militia weren't running. Okay, self blocks around. Start hitting things. Wolf, wolf, make wolf, make wolf. It's okay, it's dead, it's dead. Kill something else in return. Block with wolves. Don't let any footy get away, kill them all. It's okay. He has no mana, this is not a bad thing. Just don't let him freeze around something. Like the grunt. Don't let him freeze around anything. But keep making units and a burrow. He's gonna get boots. Run your headhunter now. Run it away. Block him, block him. Keep running the headhunter, stop. It's dead, ignore. Kill something else. This is fine, he's not expanding. Send one wolf or one headhunter after that footman. Start hitting Mountain King. Save units, block the ones that are getting attacked. Make wolves, hit MK. Hit MK with everything. Don't let him kill that HH, block. Block with Farseer. You can also kill it yourself. Oh, okay, that's fine. Make hero. Kill it, kill it. Kill it, kill it. Bestiary. Huh? Okay, go expo.
Do I ignore this then? Or what?
No, attack it. Cancel any HH you have in production and expand. Bring PL now, bring.
I let him go, right? And I go
Make
first.
wolf, yeah, make wolf now, because you need second set of wolves. Buy item on TC.
Do I start it instantly here?
Yeah. Start it, make expo. Don't let the wolf die, don't let the wolf die. Okay, good. Make item. All three. All three. Okay. Wolves. Wolves.
Shockwave?
Yes, we don't know yet. No, it's probably War Stomp. He's Bolt Bash, it's War Stomp, maybe. He has no expo after all. Check if he has expo. Send the wolf. Raider and Snare. Clarity on Farseer, Pendant on TC.
Do I use it?
HH. Use what?
The clarity.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I keep building some headhunters now, right?
Back. He's gonna come and cancel it. Don't fight yet. It's okay if he cancels it. Send in your TC. Just hit this Mountain King. He'll solve your Farseer again. Fight. You fight, but you keep... It's okay if he kills Headhunter. Don't let him kill Farseer. He has no more Bolt, I think. Stomp. Yeah. Go for his footies. You can maybe save it. Check his Mountain King for items. Okay, just close. Kill footies. You will kill 3 footies and cancel your base. It's fine. He missed. Cancel. Cancel and save the peon in the gold mine. Don't let him get away. Save War Stomp for Cloak. And snare him. Do you have a snare?
No, I forgot to research it. I thought I did.
Okay. Expo. Make expo. Don't skill yet. Don't skill yet. Hold. Far side. Far
What
side.
if I stomp?
Skill far side on Farseer.
Would it be better to stomp?
You have no mana, right?
I did.
Okay, that's fine. Go check if he has expo. We're gonna far side his expo later. Go creep. We
Anything?
need to know what he's getting.
A small one or a fat one?
Big. He TP'd out. Big.
Research complete.
In 8 seconds, far side his expo. Make wolves. Creep this.
Make what the hell are wolves? Oh, these guys. Sorry.
Far side his expo. Look.
He's
Look at
he's
it.
creeping it.
Look
down.
at it. Look at it. Okay. Okay. He's coming.
What do I build? Kodo.
We don't know until Kodo is fine. It's always fine. You're gonna ensnare him. There he is. There he is. We need heal scroll technically, but you know he doesn't have much money. It's fine. Focus him and surround him. Ensnare him again. He's gonna kill the second raider before you get the ensnare. Okay, good. Wolves. Summon. Okay, run. Block him. He's gonna bolt your Farseer. You have to TP into the. Okay.
Yeah, I was too afraid of doing this.
That's fine. Immediately heal self and go to your expo. Go. Fast. With speed scroll. You must get this expo. Speed scroll now. Heal your raider. Farsight is main. It's casters. You don't need casting building. Just fight him. Fight. Fight him. Your expo. Kill rifles. Block his MK. Focus rifles or pala. He has D-shield. Careful Farseer. Nice run. Maybe you live, maybe you don't. Chain lightning. It's okay. You're killing 3 rifles. He has no expo. This is good. Yeah, and snare. He has no TP, only cloak.
Yes, TP.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's such a waste of money. Get him. Okay, keep chasing. Take 4 peons and send them to your expo. Yeah, get the one that doesn't have TP. Oh, this is fine too. That's a greater invul, by the way. 15 seconds. Get him. He has D-shield. He's gonna run in and then D-shield. That's his plan. He's gonna D-shield and just get Mountain King then. Don't let him kill that raider. Just make a standard unit, Headhunter Raider. He's coming with caster rifle.
I don't
Make
care
one
about
move.
him.
Yeah, you can't catch him anymore. He's 10 faster than Raider.
Even with the thing?
Maybe not. Is your Farseer making?
I hope so.
Okay. Oh yeah, kill all this. Get pillage and make units. Make sure you have units non-stop. I don't care what it is. Headhunter, Raider, Wyvern, Kodo. That's fine. Just kill peasants. Don't get distracted. Kill peasants. When Farseer comes out, buy item, including mana pot, heal pot, okay? Keep making units. Get ranged attack upgrade for headhunters.
What the hell is a range attack upgrade?
Spear attacks. Warmill spear attacks. Make new peons. Fight him. You're running from nothing. Items. Mana pot. Clarity. Mana pot. Speed scroll. Hey, mana pot. Speed scroll.
Too late.
No, it's not too late. Get mana pot. Speed scroll.
Research complete.
Destiny awaits.
Make some decent groups.
Seeing is believing.
Wait, I can actually use
You have pillage yet? Yeah, you have pillage. So Headhunter TC should be attacking peasants. Only Raider on Town Hall or you're wasting money. Yeah, fight him. I just watch now, it's cinema. Replace Kodo. Body block him. Speed scroll. Heal solve the Kodo, then speed scroll it. Okay, it's fine.
My eyes are
Farsight is main. You see him!
How about these?
Yeah, send your Kodo. Each one kill the other with the Kodo. The Kodo will take care of it. Remake peons. 3 from the expo, 2 from the main. Rally all on gold mine. You heard me?
Yes, sir.
Ready to work.
Great, buddy.
3. Make 3 from the expo. Nice. Kill the shop. You have army that cannot lose, even if you close your eyes. Far side in front of... Far side at the shop. The goblin shop. Yeah, kill his main. Who cares? He cannot even kill your Great Hall. Kill his main.
Yes. We're under attack.
You have pillage. Base trades are good. Just save whatever peons you can. The moment this MK leaves, start mining again. Your Great Hall will not die.
We need more gold.
He doesn't have a tower yet, does he?
Yeah. Your raiders to kill the racks or the double farm. Double farm into town hall or racks. Both is fine. Make sure everything is attacking. Get your money. Don't let raiders get hit by militia too easily. Okay, it's coming. Fight. Give pendant to Farseer, then chain lightning. Then give pendant back to TC, then War's down. Goodbye. Make sure you're mining from your expo again, okay? Farseer. Stomp to save him. He has both.
Where is that, man?
You're dead. Yeah, just kill the rest, If he de-shields and you have a full surround, then he can't get away. Okay, focus MK, he has no holy light. Alright, actually this is bad, let's go back. Endurance 2. You have expo fully mining?
Yes, chieftain. Yes.
Okay, you can actually go back into grunts. It doesn't need to be headhunters anymore.
Say the word. You want to go? Yes, chieftain.
Do I keep creeping or what's the
Yeah,
deal?
TC5 is great. Farseer is making?
Yeah. I just do small ones, right? Because I'm afraid of an attack.
Yeah, he's probably coming. When I do that, I usually remake a peon. It will actually save money. And then you rally the peon on your wood instead. He has only 1 holy light. Keep making units, Kodo, Grunt. Kill his casters with the raiders, hit the MK with the rest. Yeah, you could have probably sniped him if you attacked with everything, but he's fine. He has mana for bolt, but TC is healthy, so you can keep fighting. That's his final holy light. He has no invul on MK. He has 1 bolt. You can focus MK or Bala as you like. Only need to ensnare a few rounds. Don't need to ensnare if he's standing still. You have 1 more ensnare. Farseer is coming. Keep making units. Block him. Block him to the left. Okay, nice. That wasn't needed, but it's very stylish.
Maybe far side is main again?
I forgot, sorry.
Yeah.
You got the point.
Throw him to the floor!
Throw him to the floor, sir? I hope you got far side level 2.
I did not. How am I gonna spot his base again then? What do I build? Actually, this sometimes happens.
Yeah, I saw that. You usually go second racks.
Okay.
You usually go second racks, I said. But is it correct? I don't mean people do.
I was like, ah, nice, I've been doing it right all along.
It's all fine. Alright. You can do second racks. Armor.
Oh, armor is
It's all
better?
fine. Usually, if he's like, he's got a lot of physical damage, wouldn't you say? Like he's only this 1 bolt, so armor is fantastic. I would also get a circlet on your Farseer or Pediapt with this much money and with your track record with your Farseer, like any health stat would be great on him now.
Generally, I wouldn't recommend it, but for you,
I never tell anyone to get parry up, but you definitely should. Far side?
I like that you use your urgent, serious voice. I was really confused for a second.
I don't. I saw your earthquake on an altar before against Analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you earthquaked it and your 5 raiders were somewhere on the map. Didn't get it, went on the picnic for a minute, came back, raiders still killed it before Blood Mage 7 came back.
I quite underestimated the power of the Raider.
Yeah.
I have to admit. He is very good, or they are very good. Stomp or Aura?
I would do Aura here because
no mana.
you're, but only because you're finishing the game. Even if you had no mana, but the game isn't gonna end, you should definitely prioritize War Stomp.
5 seconds stun, 30 more damage. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I had a question for you, by the way,
Yeah.
not related to this game. Is there anything that you think that pros are consistently doing wrong, maybe, or definitely? Is there something that confuses you that you think, why are they doing this all the time? I don't think it's good.
Anything that they do that confuses me?
Or that you disagree with, that you think is bad?
I think there's some mechanical things that are off.
Yeah, I saw that, like, obviously, you know it's wrong when the shadow didn't get made and they have 700 gold tier 2.
Yeah, but I've seen it more than once. This,
Yeah, well, that's just a smaller player base getting lazy.
yeah, that
Not
frustrates
enough.
me.
Yeah,
Especially because they do so many other sweaty things so well, you know?
yeah.
And they should sweat the rest too.
But they may not be getting their shaman and Farseer stormbolted.
Yeah, definitely not.
That's what they're looking at.
I can't recall the last time Lin locked 3 shamans into a water elemental, but maybe I missed that particular game.
No, but I saw you have one game where you went TC with endurance first, and you were very unhappy with it. You were like, "I wish I had War Stomp."
Yeah, I actually do it a lot. People keep telling me to get endurance first, but I hate it.
Yeah, but you also see yourself missing War Stomp sometimes, level 1 or 2.
Yeah, I miss it all the time.
Yeah, so the idea is mana waste on TC, which will create a financial debt where you have to get clarity later. So you have less mana once you get to level 2, you have less mana once you get to level 3. He has very low mana regen. Then you may spend money on clarity. And all that together to try and get 2 War Stomps at level 1 that may or may not hit or may not do a lot when they do hit. That's why people go endurance. Not because 5% attack speed, 7% move speed is so great, or however much it is. What does it say? 20,
I don't know, I'm
15?
level 3 now.
Yeah. So it's 10 movement speed at level... Oh, I think it's 7% move speed, 5% attack speed. Then it becomes like 14, 10, and then 20, 15. So that is not that good. It's mostly a mana saving technique. And because when TC comes out, you got like, what, 3, 4 other units?
Yeah.
So what is War Stomp 1 going to enable? 30 damage is an auto attack. Maybe you hit 2, 3 targets, that's 3 auto attacks. You will feel the lack of mana for the next minutes once you level up. However, if you can have a decent fight with 6, 7 headhunters, you War Stomp something, you get something out of it, no doubt, on God, it's better than endurance.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can go War Stomp first. Or like I said, against the human, Shockwave first. Just throwing 2 Shockwaves into an Arcane Tower with a bunch of peasants is better than having Endurance sometimes. But yeah, don't underestimate the movement speed too.
Also, it
But
lasts Footman, no? If they're nice in a line.
Shockwave, yeah,
Yeah.
that's very nice.
I like that spell. I saw I can't remember. Maybe I saw it on your stream. I saw a guy, he dropped the Farseer and the Tauren Chieftain with a Zeppelin in a mineral line. I think it was on your stream, but it could have also just been a replay. And he just did the Shockwave and then the Chain Lightning on workers, and I'm pissed off again.
Yeah, I had a human game against this 2300 guy, TGW.
Yeah, that was it.
And
Maybe.
he did that against me all the time. Yeah, it's very common, strong technique to do against human. Once the game kind of stabilizes and people are like creeping, you do that. It's a super power move.
Yeah. It seems crazy. It takes so long to rebuild workers as well, it feels like.
Yeah,
How long is each worker? Like 12, 13, 15?
15 seconds. It's long.
Yeah, it feels like it.
My eyes
If you can't get Shredder and you do an expansion, either you don't go tier 3,
Yeah.
or
That's it.
you make 2 peons from both bases, then tier 3. Something like that.
I didn't
You
have a
usually
rule
can't-
for this. And very often I kind of end up with no gas. Sorry, no lumber at all.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, there's no Shredder on this map. I'm tier 3 and I expanded. Now I got 1500 gold, 48 lumber.
Yeah. Yeah.
While that should be avoided by continual post-expo peon production. The time where you need to produce army the most because you just expanded and you might be at risk, you sometimes will squeeze in 1 extra peon just to get a bit of extra lumber. Be it from your main, from your expo, and then 1 more and 1 more. You don't want to do like 8 peons right away because it's going to create too big of a lack of threat gap. But try to squeeze in some peons.
Okay. That was a nice win.
Yeah, very nice against the same guy. You did some good Stormbolt blocking, like but not good enough. Not good enough
Yeah.
sometimes. So like, try to become aware of who, if you are Mountain King with Bolt and Bash, who would you go for next? So look for any headhunters, half HP heroes.
Yeah.
Stormbolt is on a cooldown. Start feeling when the next one is coming out, and preemptively move that thing away until he bolts something of lower value because it's the only thing he can get, or he doesn't bolt, and then you just keep fighting him with the TC and 2 grunts, while the 300 HP headhunter and the 200 HP farseer are standing away and heal solve. Don't bring them back in by accident either. Right? And then when he does do a bolt, make sure that fragile units are also surrounded by units that are healthier, so that you can immediately move away and immediately click the other unit and start body blocking him. You only need to do it perfectly for like 5 seconds to create enough distance for your unit to go away. But one thing I've seen for you happen sometimes, you do all this very well. Not every time, but sometimes very well. But the unit that you sent away to save, you send them to the edge of your screen.
Yeah,
And so then they
always.
stop it. And you can't click them anymore because you're busy body blocking him to block him.
Yeah, at least you're
Right?
standing there and I'm blocking like, run, buddy! What are you doing?
I only got 2 hands. Yeah. So try to use the minimap in those
Yeah,
cases
I should. I really should. It's
while not sending them into creep camps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that also has happened.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you send them and then it's like, I forget about them and then they wake up and all of a sudden your forces are under attack. Like, what the hell?
That never happens to me. I have no PTSD from that.
Yeah. Or sometimes during the night you send them into like a golem or something. You also have this one camp where the
Yeah.
elementals, they don't go to sleep.
Yeah, elementals and golems.
Yeah. They also wake up and they catch you.
Want to do one more game?
No, it's actually sleep time for me. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's late.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
late. Late for me
Okay.
at least.
I don't feel like we got good enough of a counter expansion game, so this will be an ongoing theme. But we have many steps towards what it should be like, and I think it'll be great if you look at some replays and connect it with what we talked about today.
Yeah. I think it just it changed so much, honestly. It feels the same as the elf game last week.
The elf game, yeah.
This is a legendary game in my mind. Not much happened in it, but it opened the mind a little bit. I just had no clue what expansion timings I should apply for myself, but now it's a lot more clear. Yeah, I think I just know what to do, and then from there on out, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. You need to unlock phase 2 first, which we haven't really unlocked yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if-
Not even close. Yeah.
Like if they're bad, you kill a whole bunch of peasants and footmen. But how does it bob and weave? How does it progress if you just have reasonable kills,
Yeah.
right? And how do you keep your expansion alive while still doing productive things and being aware of where he is?
It's never happened to me. I either win or I lose.
Cool. Well, I'm sure it's gonna happen to you in the next 7 days.
Yeah,
You had an insane improvement so far. Like it's actually. My off races are just over 2K, and you're at 1800 plus now in like what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks and 2 days.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. So I know you're gonna keep improving, and once you actually get like an actual clear visual of what a orc versus tier 1 expo play looks like you see an orc successfully suppress human aggression and actually start winning some skirmishes in the first 7 minutes, you're going to have a huge eye-opener, and you'll be able to do it as well, I know.
If there's any replays that come on your path like
I'll
that,
send them to you.
Yes, please. Thank you. That would be fantastic. And also,
Cool.
if any Keeper of the Grove replays come on your path,
Okay, I'll send it too.
this is what I'm... there's rewards out for them, all right? Dead or alive.
Yeah. Bounty hunter. We're bounty hunting keepers.
Yes, exactly. All right.
Cool.
Thanks so
Hey,
much, man. This was great.
Great job today. Looking forward to see the rest. It's been a lot of fun watching your stream too. Some people are telling me as well, my mods, community figures, like that your stream is a lot of fun.
Yeah, the Warcraft boys, they show up in force as well. It's nice to see.
Huh.
Every day they're there in the morning.
Yeah.
And then they leave, a little bit sad when I boot up StarCraft 2.
Do they write like, okay, bye, this game is not for me?
No, they actually don't. Some of them stay around as well. They ask which unit is the most like the Blade Master. What raises the elf of StarCraft? It's Darren. But yeah, it's nice.
Darren.
It's been nice. Thanks.
Cool. Hey, have a good night. Good job today.
Good
See ya.
night. See ya. Oh, well, look at you guys follow. Shout out to you all that watched. This was once again very theory heavy. Maybe not so interesting for you guys. Very interesting for me. So, yeah. That's it. I hope you all enjoyed it regardless. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, I go to the gym tomorrow morning, so maybe 11-ish. Gotta see. Maybe I make a video before. I might do it after. Either way, I'll be there tomorrow. 11 a.m. Central European time, I think. Something like that. Maybe 10:30 if I'm really feeling it. All right. Pleasure having you all here. Adios.